Fred! Do something!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's stream. Today's just been a bad day for content creators all over the place. Um, YouTube giving copyright strikes and warnings to people playing Resident Evil 9. Like, hey? But at the same time, YouTube is also showing ads of depicting of, yes, what you can do with your significant other. It's like, well, that's kind of an oddball thing there. Then you have the whole subscribe star fiasco, um, which is just censorship up the wazoo, and it's really comes down to like it's Visa and Mastercard, uh, trying to go all in on the authoritarian appeasement of one of the orange-faced goofball in the White House, who was, let's face it, what can we say about Donald Trump other than the fact that he's okay with dropping bombs on kids? Yeah, how was that for that particular revelation today? It's like, dude, the dumbass doubled down on that. So yeah, but today, as a content creator, today has been rather nuts, and dealing with stuff that I should not have to be dealing with, because there is something within Resident Evil 9, whatever it is that is, and that has YouTube just triggering all sorts of stuff. I've had all over the place, which is driving me up the freaking wall again. Anyway, so it was kind of like a rough day in that regard. Work was also kind of rough ish. Boy. But hey, we do got PowerWash Simulator 2 this evening. I was also messing with the original one today as I continued to work through its DLC. Iceman says, I don't want to write what the YouTube commercial woman wanted me to do because I didn't find an appropriate thing to tweet. But apparently, they are concerned Resident Evil is age restricted because they're surprised it's violent. Yeah. Yeah. and here's also the funny thing regarding that. All of my YouTube content in and of itself is labeled as like not appropriate for kids. Regardless if I'm playing a game aimed at a younger audience, I make sure all my stuff is properly labeled. So yeah, I saw your tweet earlier, Iceman, so that stuck out in my mind today. But it's not just that; it's like YouTube is just going all over the damn place. On whatever's happening is just like it's just like off the freaking chain, to put it mildly. Of course, we got thunder. Actually, I knew it was supposed to be raining tomorrow, but we had like a thunderstorm that was just passing through here. Like today as well. Like it's mostly past, but it's been that type. It's been that type of day. And speaking of type of day, it got up into the 80s today. Today marked a record high. Like I think it was like 81, 82 degrees for March 11th for this particular day here in South Jersey. And guess what the low is going to be tomorrow? So, sure, because a big streamer did 5 parts of their RE Part 3 and only Part 4 got age restricted strikes. When they reached out to YouTube, they wouldn't give them any clarity. Yeah, no, YouTube and all these different platforms. YouTube, Patreon, Subscribe they're basically like they're not giving any type of clarification whatsoever at all on what they're doing. It's like and a lot of it is like option A is okay, but option B isn't, but they're both the same thing. It's like what the hell's going on there? So anyway, today had like the high of like 20 about it was about the 27, 28 Celsius. Tomorrow, so again, -1 as a low. So you're talking about in terms of Celsius, that's like a damn near 30 degree shift. In terms of Fahrenheit, we're talking like it's supposed to be a low of 30. We're going like from a near 50 degree shift in terms of the Fahrenheit side of the equation. Why can't we have one uniform thing? It'll make things so much simpler. It Anyway. I'll be getting into. We can debate all of this tomorrow. Oh, before that, before we get joined in, let me also say this. Blaze Blue Entropy Effect. I said it at the end of last night's stream. I'm going to really say it. We're dropping it from the main as a featured game because I reached a point in it where my ability to actually play that game well is kind of going to be a non-factor, and where roguelike games start wanting you to use more of like, oh yes, use all of these difficulty settings and modifiers here, and we're going to put the story content behind that. It's like, really? Yeah, I barely made it through entropy level 2. I can make it through entropy level 10, get to the final like fourth level, get to the fourth stage boss in that. I can't keep up with the speed modification, the speed ups that they have with that. I was like, I tried it. I tried it at level at entropy level 15, and it was like I couldn't handle that. And so it was like, oof. They want to do that, do they? Now, so it is going to be a game I'm going to be plugging away at off stream, because it's a Game Pass game and it counts towards like the daily Game Pass stuff. So if we reach the point, if I end up reaching a point where I'm somehow managed to get the rest of the story content unlocked, we'll bring it back, and so this way a lot of that stuff could be seen. But it'll be a while. So anyway, tomorrow night, House of the Dead remake. Unfortunately, that's not a game. A game that does not have any online play. It should have online play because it's the House of the Dead. It's a game that's just like, it's a zombie rail shooter. That's the type of game that's you're supposed to be playing with someone, but nope. And Friday we got Senran Kagura, and also and then Saturday it was on the agenda anyway for this year, but we're gonna go back to the world of Barbie with Barbie Horse Trails, like the other Barbie game that's also on Xbox. There we go. So changes in the lineup. Because I will play many games. Hey, Iceman. So what did the YouTube commercial wanted you to do?
Well, I was watching Resident Evil playthroughs as I have been since the game came out, and a commercial pops up, which leads me to wonder how they felt this commercial was appropriate based on my search history. Uh, where an AI woman, pretty sure, um, talks about how if I go on this app, there'll be lots of women. In fact, they all want you to cream pie them. And I'm like, what?
uh, there you
And
go.
then yeah, then I get a video the other day from Jacksepticeye where he's like, I don't understand why video 4 is copyright. Has been, or not copyright struck, but, oh, damn it. May not work, let's find out. Oh, reversing. Did I get in? I got in, cool.
Yes. All right, and
So
there's
he's
apparently.
just like, I got struck. I don't understand why. When I reached out, when I read the thing, he said something to the effect of like, there was a scene that's been copywritten, you can't use it. And he's like, okay, what scene? And he gets his representative to reach out, and they're like, actually, it's because there's too much violence. And he's like, okay, where? And they're like, no, it's just too violent. And he's like, can someone explain to me what I can adjust in this video so I can get the age restriction lifted? But why is it only video 4 and not video 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5?
I don't know. Reach some point in the game where there's a lot of action, a lot of gore.
Hmm.
I know. I will say this. It's like this is where it's like age restricted. All of my YouTube content is age restricted. I intentionally set my stuff up that way.
Yeah.
So if he does not have his content set up that
He
way,
does not.
and
And to his defense, the first 3 videos didn't get age struck. So why would he
doesn't,
keep
yeah,
these 2?
yeah, but yeah, that's the one thing. And this goes back to the Jake Paul, why I hate Jake Paul and Logan Paul, because a lot of their shit put that stuff in place. It's why I had to take. It's why I had to nuke the original channel, because it was just too much for me to like go back through and
And edit.
yeah.
Half of it's probably just me.
Oh no, like the original YouTube channel, no, it was a lot of. It was just a lot of stuff to go through, because the original YouTube channel had more content on it than the current one. The roller disco, we already got the ball done. We
Yes,
have,
we've cleaned our balls, like the
yeah,
website likely wants to do.
but today in general has just been a bad day for content creators all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Animators, writers, YouTube videos, let's players. It's been it's basically been that type of day.
I just don't understand how they can honestly say to people, "Hey, this is inappropriate," and then play an ad about, a computer woman wanting me to blow a
Yeah,
load into her. It's like, what? When did I ask for that ad to get played?
it's yeah, it's like it
I
raises
was like, I'm doing a tweet.
yeah,
It's the most useless way of complaining.
yeah, it's like hold up here. Oh, I would say if you were text that, it's just like a recorded video screenshot. It's like, hey, wait, YouTube, what the hell? This is an actual ad. But again, I
Yeah, I'd
can't.
have to video it.
Yeah, but I can't. But from my point of view, like I said, today's been a bad day in general, just for content creators. Is like I talked about it briefly. It's like, and a lot of it comes down to is like the payment processors, namely Visa and Mastercard, were throwing their dicks around and trying to apply censorship to everything in general. So. And so you got YouTube channels who have you have like the membership things on YouTube, and how many people are you signing up for those memberships? Oh yeah, via with a Visa or a Mastercard related. So it's one connect as say as ones like to say, just follow the money, and
Yeah,
it
it just got me today.
yeah. But this is why I use an ad blocker. YouTube. Every time I start having an issue, it's like, okay, I will.
Well, I keep clicking block and the ads just keep playing.
Yeah, it's.
I'm definitely not been looking up anything weird on YouTube, so where the hell is this coming from?
Hey, Striker, how's it going, sir?
Hola. How about that Team USA?
They needed Italy to score runs to make it to advance, or some shit, or some ridiculous nonsense.
I think if Italy wins, the U.S. is out. I could be wrong.
Hey, the world of the alert. You missed a spot. Yes, yes, we missed a big spots.
I love that their manager didn't even know that they hadn't moved on yet. He's like, the boys, we're gonna go party. Everybody got wasted because we moved on to the next round. No, you haven't.
How about Canada? Oh.
Yes, we won.
Yeah, Striker said it in a
Much
way.
to my own shock.
Striker said it in a way that was like, okay, as if he's trying to be a little bit silly or trouble.
No, that's fine. We drunken Canadians moved on. How about the U.S.?
It's
First time we've ever gotten to the quarters, and I have to say I did not think we were going to beat Puerto Rico.
come on, everybody beats Puerto Rico. And most other
Well,
sports.
they were easily the best team in our division.
So I was also messing around with the original PowerWash simulator today. Oh, and let me just put this mildly. Having to clean the obstacle course from Tomb Raider 2, where you have to literally use one ladder to climb up to a platform to place another ladder. Quite something to figure out.
Well, they're giving you something to do.
But again, it was an excuse to because his work was so bad today. It's like, okay, let me just mess around with the game while I'm working.
Why not? If you can, why not?
Exactly. But any which way, so yep, changing in the game lineup as I said. And again, I am very much disappointed that the House of the Dead does not have an online mode. Like, why? An arcade game that is best with two people playing. How the hell do you do a remake of it and not include an online mode functionality? Because the odds of having people like, okay, that's going to play that co-op, do a couch co-op, is very few and far between. But we'll mess around with it tomorrow or when. Hopefully this is like, I'm expecting there to be an achievement I will not get with that game where it's essentially get through this game with one life. No death runs. It's like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I've played the typing of the dead, which was one of the worst, sillier things I've ever played.
Did you make spelling mistakes and it killed you?
Yeah, well, it is like one of those old. I'm not sure how things were in the educational system up in Canada, but down here we had a lot of like those typing programs, like Mario teaches typing or some stuff. And some of them
We
were.
have computers now.
But I'm not sure if like if you guys had computer labs where they were focusing on typing and they would have these type of programs.
Yeah. Well, they bought machines where you would have to quickly copy whatever would come on the screen.
Yeah,
to get you used to typing.
Yeah, that was essentially what the typing of the dead was. But it was a full remake of the game, just with the typing factor in.
Sounds fine.
Yeah, so yes. I'll get to piss off YouTube with a video with, I guess, involving gore and violence and zombies and such.
Oh no. Think they'll be okay? Don't do it, Fred.
Yeah.
It'll make the algorithm unhappy.
The algorithm is already unhappy with me.
I gotta say, I don't understand how they can age restrict a video which
And put it.
hurts the financial possibilities of existing content creators. And while I'm waiting for that video to come back on, have a woman tell me she can't wait for me to give her a cream pie. Literally that word.
It gets a whole lot worse than that. I saw.
Canada's restricted it, so I haven't seen that yet.
I saw. All right, so I have the Deep Space Nine reaction video series I'm doing on Saturdays, once a week. And I blatantly says, like, you know what? I am not like these videos are not including footage of any of the episodes. It is all blurred. It is obscured. You know exactly where. I have an idea of where I am in it. In the episode, if you want to sync up a copy with it and watch along and so forth. It's like, because I know Paramount, I know Paramount, and I know their mindset on a lot of things because I've had this experience with them. So imagine my surprise when another YouTube channel that I've occasionally watched post a video today. It's like, oh, sorry, our reaction video to the Star Trek Voyager episode of Phage has been restricted by taken down by Paramount. This is like another time that it's happened, but in this case, guys, why don't you just go watch it on pay for it on Patreon? It's like, yeah, okay, no,
No. Just blur it, bro.
yeah, like
You
all
know
you.
that there's I can't remember the exact phrasing of it, but like fair usage.
Fair use. Fair use. You blur it. It has to be
It's not news.
yeah. It's a transformative. It's a transformative work and everything. And
Which I think is fair, honestly.
yeah,
You're allowed to just broadcast the whole episode, you dimwit.
they weren't. No, in this case, they were editing it down and everything, but they tend to show very, very long clips and footage and everything at any given time. Unobscured, unblurred. It's like, you guys are just asking for trouble.
You can only really get away with like 15 seconds at a time or less, I would say. And then you got to pull back.
Yeah. Hence why I do my reaction videos. I've evolved it a lot more into being more. You know what? There's an ongoing discussion. Me running my mouth for like 40 to 50 minutes. Like I know my target audience, and the striker makes me dab.
What?
I don't know. And striker also reporting in there cream cheese pie. A cream cheese pie, yes. Well, otherwise known as a bagel. You don't like cream cheese?
I don't like bagels.
No. What about bagels with locks?
I don't know what a lock is.
Kind of like a salmon.
Oh, more of a tuna guy. It's what we had when we were kids, and I'm fine with it.
Bagels don't. Listen to me. Striker doesn't like bagels too.
It's just hard bread. I don't see the excitement over it.
If you get a freshly made bagels, that's just it. That's the thing. Store-bought bagels, especially, and if you have them in the fridge for too long, they will harden. Those, like, yeah, I can understand that side of it. But
in the fridge before.
But a freshly made bagel where it's soft and everything, you toast it, it's like, ooh, that's
Yeah.
like,
Sorry.
big difference there between the hard bagel and a fresh bagel.
Yeah,
Of
it just
course,
doesn't do anything for me.
I'm one to talk. I mean, it's like, yeah, one of my go-to meals when I'm cooking, and I use the word cooking in quotation marks here. Take a can of mushrooms, dump them in with a pot of macaroni, and boil it all together. So this way you have the flavor of the mushroom dipping into the
Going
macaroni.
into the noodle. Yeah.
Yep. And then, since I'm doing it with macaroni with the cheese on top of it, it's like, ooh. Now to balance it out, it's like a cup. It's literally 1 cup of milk. This way,
Well, I just made macaroni the other day. Just flour, milk, butter, pepper, lots of cheese, noodles.
in my case, it's just the good old macaroni and cheese out the box. So I ain't that fancy a cook. Cause
I could send you an easy one to make if you want. And literally all you would need is mozzarella, cheddar, bit of pepper, chicken breast, and some penne noodles. Oh, and a jar of sauce. Your preference.
me,
Very easy.
I got that like British like type thing. I just boil everything.
Oh. Yeah, my dad has that.
I boil it. Or stick, or whatever I can, like meats and stuff. I toss into the air fryer.
I was watching Danhausen do the hot one wings. It was funny. I want to do some of those hot sauces.
You're welcome to it.
But it's so hard to get them here. And the shipping on them is as much as the hot sauce.
Believe me, I learned those shipping requirements from Canada enough times. And this was before the orange face fuckwad would screw everything up.
Yeah, I was trying to get it off the Canadian version of the hot ones kind of channel. And it was like $17 for this bottle. I was like, you know what? No, that's a lot, but I want to try it just to say that I did it once. And it's like, oh, it will be another $18 to ship it. And I was like, how about you fuck off?
That's fair.
It's in Canada. And this has happened with Mass Effect, BioWare, Canadian, and it's happened with even Letterkenny. Their store charges you like $40 shipping. Like it's in the same province I'm in. Fuck.
How the hell do you figure? Canada, we don't want you to.
Far.
Canada, we don't want you to have. We don't want you to have shit.
Canada doesn't want Canada to have anything. Fucking annoying.
They're annoying. I'm trying to clean these damn skates.
Yes, that's annoying too. Want me to do that?
I'm having some luck.
I'm doing these benches. It's a lot of little intricate nonsense that goes into it. Because there's so many different, like, under parts and crevices.
And like, I want to say this about the first PowerWash emulator. They may have been anal about like how much you needed to clean, but you know what? They didn't throw many like nooks and crannies into a lot of the base game. Some of the DLC,
pretty straightforward.
Some of the DLC, however, yes, they have. But but the majority of the game.
Make you do this. I can't see if there's things I've missed on it. It's too busy.
Hey, you got it. Eating booth.
Oh, the floor. The floor is the problem.
Stop switching nozzles on me, game.
Wrong button?
Why did they change the map layout? Why?
Because it's better.
Ow.
It's
And
easier. It's more sensible.
you know what?
Using the directional pad to see where the rest of the dirt is ridiculous.
All right, we got the rack done somehow, some way. Where's the roller skate thing? Reception room. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Got these things. So I must have. Okay, I must have them done. Back to the wall.
It's sent to the Night's Watch, eh?
Yes. Winter is coming. In about 7 months.
In Canada, winter is always coming.
No, she's very hyperactive up there, but
Well, it was 17 degrees yesterday. It's going to be -7 on Friday.
yeah, we're basically having that same whiplash down here. Because I was like, yes, 80 today, 30 tomorrow as a low. What the?
Annoying.
But again, it was a very nice couple of days. There was a nice breeze on top of everything else too.
Yes, had the windows open. Went for some walks.
Like, I'm still laughing at it's like age restrict Resident Evil. It's like, if the game is too violent. Also,
Like you're kidding, right?
yeah. This does remind me of one dude, of somebody who was doing like a rate to fatality thing for like the Mortal Kombat games. You know what? We got to use the character who doesn't bleed red. You know, we got to make YouTube happy. It's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I will admit, I will be messing around with Mortal Kombat 1 sometime this year. With story mode, ladders. No? Because, hey, got the game dirt cheap. Like,
I do not have any of those. I don't think.
it,
Out here, you bastard gnome. You're in the way.
the great thing about fighting games in general is that some of the games have like a great like lore backstories and stuff like that. Blaze Blue being one of them. Like anybody who remembers those long visual novel-esque streams of just going through the story modes, like in 2016, 2017. Yes, that's a franchise that has lore. They actually put thought and effort into everything. To the point that years later, yeah, to the point that years later, I realized what the hell their spin-off game was implying with all was doing. Like, oh yeah, I recognize what they're doing. I don't remember the exact terminology, but I recognized it. I knew exactly what was being utilized. And it's just, and again, it's a shame my skill, my ability to actually play that game has reached its limit.
That's me with most games.
Eh, and trouble with roguelike games is like sometimes it's like, oh, you figure out all the mechanics and everything. But then when the game starts encouraging you to use the difficulty modifiers to intentionally make it harder for yourself, and then everything
fun.
And then things become more and more luck based. Now, depending on the game, it can be fun. Hades. I'm really looking forward to playing Hades 2. Has a wonderful difficulty modifying system where you can tweak things around to make sure you can make sure you're able to do everything. Like you set certain difficulty modifiers on to get certain things accomplished. Blaze Blue Entropy X, however, it does the opposite of it, where it's putting the actual story progression behind it. And now Hades does it as well to a certain degree, but not to the point where you cannot get past like the first area. At some point, maybe I should just reinstall Hades and do a stream of that so folks can understand what the hell I'm referring to. Or it's like trying, or just like, or how can I put this? Like the multiplayer things and the Gears of War multiplayer, the Hordes modes, where it's like you can set the difficulty stuff there. Like, okay, what conditions do you want to play under? And yes, but there are a lot of different challenges and stuff there. And I will admit, as someone who sunk a lot of time into the multiplayer of Gears 3, 4, and 5, like
I put very little.
like the horde modes and stuff, yes, oh, those can be outright fun, especially if you get randos who well, you will have an idea of what you can do, but if you get like team with like randoms who are really into it and like, oh, those ended up being some like real fun like off-stream sessions that lasted like, let's see, so going back to like maybe the time when I had like stream starting at like 6 o'clock Eastern and ending like at 11ish or so. I would like hop into Gears and it's a run through those all stream. There was like there were many late Saturday nights that ended up at 5 in the morning because of that. Because that's how fun the horde mode can be.
I played it a bit with Derek because he wanted to play in 4 and 5. That's about the length of it. I think maybe I played once or twice with you.
Yeah, Gears 3 we definitely. That's much Gears 4 or Gear 5. Of course, Gears 5 had like all the
Gears 5 can go to hell.
But its story was so good that somehow the flyers.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was as good as Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil 6 is the greatest game of that franchise. Because it actually
trying to annoy me.
Hong Kong holds the most Rolls Royces cars per capita. I can believe that. Now, how many of them are
That's fair.
how many of them are authentic Rolls Royces? That's a whole another scenario.
Terrible game. I was just watching Hollow play it because he's been redoing every Resident Evil game before Resident Evil Requiem came out,
Yeah.
but he had never played 6. He did the Leon campaign and
Was he
posted
doing?
it today at the end. Oh, go ahead.
Was he doing it with some? Was he playing it with someone else?
Solo.
That's his mistake.
Helena was actually pretty useful. Helena was doing better than he was. And
Mongolia.
when he finished it, he was like, well, I'm not going to do the other ones. So enjoy this one, guys.
Pussy. That's what I said about him. Mongolia is the largest landlocked country. Yes. And you wonder why why the Huns invaded China. They needed to get to the ocean.
Yeah. Mongolians are an interesting case study in history.
The guys from the popular version of Top Gear, with their Grand Tour, did one of their specials in Mongolia where like they had to build like a car, like their own transport, and drive across the country with like the vast plain wilderness.
Hmm. That's crazy.
It's a very in terms of a obviously scripted entertainment, but in terms of the actual journeys and stuff,
Oh.
like the Grand Tour, if because they're all available on Amazon Prime, they make for a fun like hour long. They make for a fun watch. It's like the big road trip movies.
Hmm.
60%
I've
of all
never watched that show.
60% of all people using the internet use it for pornography.
Fair.
Yes. Know why? It's safe sex, man.
Well, I'd say it's the only real thing on there, but some of that ain't real.
As the ad you saw.
Some of those D's weren't always D's.
I don't know, but at the same time, they are some of the more authentic people and genuine people, nicest people to interact with too.
Hmm.
It's as with anyone, if you don't like talk to them about their okay, hey, this is what you're known for. Hey, that's cool. I'm a fan of your work.
Man,
But it's like when you realize, oh, this is someone. Oh, they do something else on the
their own
side of that.
interests and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
It's like when I met Carl Urban, Lord of the Rings and Star Trek and the Marvel Universe and the Bourne franchise and the Boys and all these great roles he's had. I just was like, oh, how's Toronto? Everyone treating you well? What you getting up to? And he was like, oh, cool. Someone who's not going to ask me about one of my roles. And Matt Smith, I did the same thing. I just chatted with LeVar Burton. I think the best one ended up being Matthew Lewis from Harry Potter. I guess every single person is like, oh, you were so cool as Neville. And I walked up and I was like, hey, how was your time in Toronto been? As I start every one of them with. Like, yeah, everyone's been really nice. Like, oh, I just wanted to point out you did a really good job in the Ripper Street TV show because when I saw you were going to be on there, I was like, oh, I definitely need to watch this show just to give him some love. And my sister was there, and she was like, he like rose out of his seat when you said that because it was like something that wasn't Harry Potter.
Yeah, there you go. If you strike up with something with them where that's different, it's like you have get more of a rapport. It'll give you more time too to hang out with them.
Almost like I treat them like they're a human being that has things going on other than the movie I've seen them in.
Yes. Striker adds, negative emotions such as anxiety and depression can weaken your immune system. Well, that certainly explains a lot about my health, don't it? at times.
I think that explains a lot about a lot of people.
Record is dropping facts tonight.
Well,
The February of
Dr. Striker.
February of 1865 is the only month in recorded history not to have a full moon. Apparently, most people kept their pants on and no mooning was allowed.
No babies conceived that night.
Oh, like mooning, not that. It's like, man, how does one does mooning in an era with a horse and carriage? All right, Neville, keep the horse at a nice trot. We're going to go by the palace.
And how do you escape exactly?
Horse goes faster, 1 horsepower.
We've purchased the finest racing horse for this endeavor.
It must have happened. Striker points out. It must have happened. The full moon must have happened on the first on March 1st that year. Probably so. I mean, there's enough almanacs out there to probably verify that. If that's the case or not.
$13.
Got a wall clean. Got another wall clean.
Another
one. Let's see. So at the end of the month, well, towards the end of the month, we got the new Life is Strange game coming out, which should be the end of at least a run for at least a couple of characters that really, now, as someone who's very familiar with the rules of time travel and is like knows the whole thing of the whole concept, like, wait a second, you can't just merge 2 timelines to that effect. Because if you have someone who can manipulate time, and then you get all of a sudden going to say that, oh, that just because they merge 2 timelines in the future, that means all the other timelines in the past are also merged with all the variables and stuff like that. You better be accounting for everyone having sudden trauma that they did not have to deal with the first time around. Like,
yes.
There are rules to time travel, people. Like, I've seen Doctor Who.
From all of our time travel.
I've seen Doctor Who and Star Trek. I could write like a whole damn thesis on it. It's like, wait a second. Wait a second. If you establish the fact that, okay, there's timelines where everything branches off with various points, like every decision branches off into its own reality. There's infinite parallel worlds, etc., etc., etc.
Butterfly effect.
Yes. That means you cannot just re-merge all these timelines and it says like, oh, everything is unified again, everything is perfect. It's like, yeah, no. You're going to have to merge everyone's memories.
Why can't it work? If Trump says it can work, it'll work. Quick, hang on. I gotta get some Javex to get rid of this cold.
I'm trying to think. There was there? It's like, as a science fiction fan and everything, it's like, oh, it's always just science fiction. It doesn't matter. It does matter if the context of the damn story is if the whole premise of the story relies on it. How can I put it? It's like, okay, I'm trying to think of a game that, okay, Obsession is the most popular boat name. Thank you, Striker. I like the name of the boat that was in, you know, it was like the name of the boat that every cop that's 2 days from retirement should have. The Live Forever.
Mm.
Now, if you've ever seen McBain, or the episode, or like the compilation of mini McBain features that became like, if you watch all the McBain clips in order, they actually form a movie.
Huh, that's funny.
What, you never knew that?
I haven't
Or
watched The Simpsons since like the early 2000s.
okay,
I have no idea.
okay. After the stream, I'm gonna find that compilation here, and you'll see it's like, oh wait a second, it's based. They snuck in a little mini movie. It was unintentional, but at the same time,
All I remember about McBain is, my eyes, the goggles do nothing,
yes.
as his clothes melt off.
Or they're trying to teach him to say up and at 'em, up and at them. Oh, up and at 'em, up and at them.
Oh, Arnold. Rife for parody.
And he knows it too.
At least he's got that going for him.
Always will like the little thing at SNL, Saturday Night Live did with the Hans and Franz sketch. We're gonna pump you up, little goalie man. Then they eventually had Arnold on pop in, which was just wonderful. Almost in all ways, like, you little, what are you with these little goalie men and these muscles? We'll have to whip you two in the ship.
Well, you can't say Arnold never had fun while he was doing his thing.
Yeah, you gotta also remember that he was someone who fought to do comedy. Like,
I always thought that he'd be opposite Meryl Streep in something. He was unintentionally funny.
Yeah, but he at the same time is like, when you ever ask him, or ever see the stuff like when you talk about like what his favorite movies roles was, it's like he was so happy to do Twins and Kindergarten Cop and those films because it's like, oh yes, it's something different.
I really enjoyed True Lies. It blended the two things fun in a fun way.
Oh yeah, True Lies is an excellent film because it's like in terms of action and comedy, it's like, okay, that actually was the one film that combined like the best of both.
Yeah, I feel like that movie really balances it well.
And it also helps that you have Jamie Lee Curtis to bounce off of too, who hilarious in her own right, but she's also a perfect foil, huh? The bounce.
Even Tom Arnold was entertaining in it.
Now, there are times I feel like Tom Arnold gets a bad rap. But then I remember my dad took me to see a movie in the mid-90s called The Stupids.
Oh dear.
And the only thing I can remember about that movie that sticks with me with this day, it actually had a novelty song, like I Am My Own Grandpa.
Hey, Fry.
Essentially, yeah. That's, but it was just like a coincidence, like some sort of coincidental thing of someone marrying someone else, and it just turned out like a whole rigmarole.
I feel like that's like just Tom Arnold's real life, though.
Because he was briefly married to Roseanne.
Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah.
I say briefly, but they were together for a while, so.
Yes.
The fact that he did not turn into a homicidal maniac is just commendable.
Yeah, she's not a good person. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, that was one thing that disappointed both me and my mom about the Roseanne reboot. When they brought the show back, like me and my mom were so excited to watch it because she was a big fan of it, and it would be one of those shows that sit down and watch it. It was like you because how can I put it? She can she related to Roseanne in terms of being like okay, not so much like from a single mother point of
Hmm.
view. And she was so disappointed with like the how Roseanne was like how Roseanne Barr wanted the character to be portrayed.
Yeah, she felt like she had complete control to make them be whatever you wanted, but you can't put that on TV.
I know it ended up being her stuff that she said off TV. It ended up
Hmm.
being like, oh, hey, yeah, you can't do that.
Exactly. It's amazing how comfortable celebrities think they can get when they're famous. Shit they think they can get away with.
Yeah, just because one orange-faced dickbag got elected president twice.
Yes.
No,
How are those Epstein files doing anyway?
yeah. Oh no, we got distracted because he started a war in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Proof that America is historically stupid, like fails to learn from history.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember, Ronald Reagan was a successful actor.
Mm-hmm.
Ronald Reagan. So, and he was elected president. Oh, he was elected what?
Mm-hmm.
Governor of California, and then later governor. Excuse me, president of the United States twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Well,
did we not
I
learn
wish
any?
he'd taught Trump how to act.
Did we not learn anything from the first time around? Um,
I can tell you, he did a better job than this guy's doing.
Not by much. A lot of the American education system, as it relates to the colleges and stuff, why college tuitions and everything like that is so obscenely high, can be traced back to Reagan and Republicans of that era. A lot of the colleges were state funded, and they were no longer state funded with a lot of that they will be offset with tuition, like tuition, which is like okay, $2,000,
Hmm.
fair amount of chunk of change for 1980.
The 80s.
Yeah, but you know what? You could do it these days. It's like what you talk like 10 grand just to go for to get like a college education at a minimum.
I love this. It's the parents' responsibility to somehow have the money to, to help their kid with it, but it's also the kid's responsibility to somehow also pay off this debt. Where are they getting this money from?
Yeah,
You can barely afford groceries these days. We're supposed to save 50 grand for the kid to go to school.
and like and trade schools are basically non-existent anymore. I mean, I went to a vocational school, but ended up being in a field that's like, okay, they was not going to hire anybody who wasn't already in it, like out of high school. So that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, no way you can, no way I was, so 4 years of my high school experience, where half the day I was literally in a print shop, went nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I did some newspaper work. Paid 5-6 grand a year for the tuition, and then another grand on books and computer. Basically, everything that I was making with my part-time job was going to pay that off. Whatever was left, I drank.
Liquid assets.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't really set you up for the future, though. And look at the educations that require 6 figures. Like, yeah, they're going to make 6 figures when they get out, but they're going to start out with like 300 grand in debt, which is going to take them the better part of a decade to get out from under, and then they can start living their lives.
Again, at best.
Yes, that's. I'm trying to be positive. If
Yeah.
they're doing a good job paying their debt off, kind of idea. If they're frugal, let's say. And I've noticed that being frugal sure can go a long way. My bank account amount has gone up like 30, 40,000 ever since I put my foot down on certain expenditures.
Yep, I certainly I've always balanced things out as well as much as I possibly can. Problem is, like
Oh yeah.
every time I balance, every time I figure, okay, this is how much things cost. Oh no, some shit wall down in Washington done something, especially over the
Hmm.
past. Oh, let's see, past 11, 12 some odd months.
Hmm.
Like, ah, shit, I gotta spend how much more now?
Hmm. Well, don't worry. You just have to wait for the Nintendo lawsuit now. Nintendo is suing the Trump administration
Yeah, and Nintendo rarely loses. Well, the number of times Nintendo has lost, you can
now.
probably count it on one hand and maybe need only like three fingers.
Hmm. Yeah, we call it the PlayStation effect. Whenever they do lose, something big happens.
Hey, you also heard of like Sony's like, yeah, you know what? We're just going to have to hold off on launching this the PlayStation 6 until maybe 2030.
It's fine. I won't buy it anyway. Maybe I'll have another job by then. Who knows?
Da, 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 da. Folks, don't you just love where this conversation goes here every week?
Everywhere. If there's a topic, we will approach it.
With the subtlety of a sledgehammer.
Well, you want to get it done or do you want to take forever?
Oh, you know, it's like yeah, you approach this for again for the cops that are 2 days from away from retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
They don't have the time. We got to get them that information. They're 2 days from retirement, people. Poor Abe had someone critiquing his thumbnails on the channel, so he made a sarcastic one to put up the latest video. Made all the characters their reverse gender.
Yeah,
Yeah, William Kennedy is so curvy.
I dropped in on Abe's stream at the other night, following my shenanigans. Caught the first time ever caught the beginning of one of his.
Yeah, a lot goes on.
Yeah, a lot of footage with animals and critters.
Yes, his dog and his dogs and cat. Mr. Beans and Luna and the no longer with us zombie dog. Great name for a dog, zombie.
Let's see. Oh, mentioned it last night. Dad sent me a thumb drive with a big thing on it was like his files and stuff for like his genealogical stuff from back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just kind of get the software to make it accessible. But the other
And
thing
fell
was
asleep.
was was a bunch of photos that,
Mm.
and some of them was like, I did not even have. It's like, it was like when high school they make you do like the yearbook photos. It's like, yes, here are your yearbook photos. You can pay X amount of money for all these variations and different stuff. Now I know for a fact I did not pay for them. Matter of fact, I did not hand the damn thing forms over to my dad for him to pay for them back in 2000, 2001. So I'm wondering how the hell does he have like these, like the yearbook photos of me in that file? Like it's like, where did he get those from? I highly doubt, because my mom didn't even have those pictures.
Mm. Interesting. Dad truly does save everything.
Or somehow, got his hands on them. Like, that's only thing I think of. Like, well, then again, he had a lot of connections back in the day because of his DJing work. I also threw the business card into the to the Discord. Obviously, removing
Huh.
the old phone number because the phone number that he had on it was like, I always wondered, like, why the hell did we get so many random calls? So back in the day, it's like, oh yeah, he put the house number on his business card. But anyway, yes, Phil Kasdan.
Was that your dad's regular job, or what was
Oh,
his
he
nine to five?
the DJing was secondary stuff.
Okay,
So
what I thought, but
he had a regular 9 to 5er, like
okay.
the funky white boy, compact disc jockey. That's a lie because he was about 5'7", and well, he's about 5'7", 5'8", so like not exactly compact, but still. But he lugged around CDs every crates and like boxes of CDs to make sure he had every type of music on hand. The finest in oldies, soul, rhythm and blues, the right music with the right sound. Completely reliable because if he took a job, he was going to get there and he would have a set list and everything all ready, and as well as the ability to take requests and so forth. And surprisingly affordable. Like, how surprising!
I don't know. I've never thought to hire anyone before. I'm not sure what it would even cost.
No, back then I'm trying to think. Because again, he was like,
I
well, he
usually just
was.
throw up YouTube and ask people what they want to hear.
He was able like to do a half-ass job in front of doing a finished basement in this house,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say, yeah, he paid off the house, but no, that was mostly me, on the back end.
Mm.
Like, you got 10 years in, it says, hey, you know what? If y'all paid off the rest of the way, you can have the house. I'm gonna go off to North Dakota. I was like, yeah, okay, thanks, pops.
Yeah, reminds me of my buddy Johnny's dad. We were hanging out one day, and he got a message from his dad, and he's like, "Well, since your mom and I aren't together anymore, and I've just retired from the Ontario School Board because he was a shop teacher, he's like, I'm just going to move to the Yukon. They're offering like 100 grand a year to go teach kids out there on a 3-year contract, and they'll pay for your housing, car, gas, food, everything, just to get someone out there." I was like, that's fucking random.
Hey, the whole thing, and like people like state of Alaska will pay for people to live there.
Well, you'd have to. Those Palins are there.
Yes, you can live here, but you also here's an agreement that you will be okay with whatever we do to the land.
Mm. Yeah, we were out a couple weeks later after his dad had moved out there, and his dad phoned him while we were at a gas station. And he came back to the car, and I'm like, "What's going on?" "Oh, it's my dad." Like, "Oh, how's he doing? How's the Yukon?" He says it's dark and all the kids are addicted to gasoline, and he wants to go home. Oh, all right, cool.
Like, how are they addicted to gasoline? What, the smell?
They get high off gasoline because it's cheap up there.
Have I not heard of glue sticks?
Too expensive, I guess.
I know it's like I'm not condoning it, folks, but I just remember I'm old enough to remember when that was a thing, a major concern with the Elmer's glue sticks in schools and everything. Like, it discovering, oh, wow. Like, it's why arts and
Time we
crafts.
lived in.
It's why arts and crafts is no longer a thing in most public schools in the United States.
Oh, you Americans. You gotta keep the bloody glue away from you. Explains a lot, actually.
Look, there's a reason why Ralph Wiggum resonates with so many people. Like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know. Hey, why so many Americans? I know somebody who was just like Ralph. Yep.
Was it you, people? Was it you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
Like, there's a reason for why some of these characters seem so familiar and relatable.
Mm.
Speaking of Ralph Wiggum, it's like here is like almost the depressing thought, and it's like, in one of these days, it's like next time my dad, because I know is whenever I have a conversation with him, it's like it always ends up going a certain way, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, it's like it always goes a certain way,
My
and
dad does that too.
yeah, I'm keeping this in my back pocket. It's like, yo, Dad, just remember this. Homer Simpson is more relatable to me these days than he ever was to you, because he always is like identified with Homer in
Hmm.
so many ways. But it's like hold up here, Homer, because the Simpsons have a floating timeline, like,
Mm.
and by all by all metrics and everything, Homer is a millennial, like, you know, is an older, like think about that. Homer Simpson is the type of dude, is the kind of person that would have grown up listening to, like, you know, Nirvana and like the grunge stuff.
Yes, they did
Uh,
suggest that in his college days when he formed his own grunge band.
yeah. And people got so mad with that episode, but like the more and more I think about it,
I like Nirvana, so I thought it was fun.
yeah, it was a perfect representation of, like, you know,
Hmm. I am the right demographic for an episode like that.
yeah. And like people said, well, The Simpsons is not as good as it once was. Well, that's because The Simpsons has actually evolved from what it once was. Did it ever occur to some people that this would be the case? That the show actually changed over time? Yes, the formula.
Well, most of those people don't believe in evolution. They're still on creationism. Um,
Yeah, fair, true, yeah.
Sorry, that one was too easy. I had to go there.
Yes, it was a perfect, it was a perfect one there. But It's like these people is mad at Star Trek. It's like, oh, this is not the Star Trek that I once known. No, yeah, Star Trek
Oh.
where it's like is of course not.
I'll
Remember,
tell you, Abe's been getting me with that on Resident Evil 7 and 8 when he was replaying them before 9 came out.
yeah.
After each episode, I go, hashtag not my Resident Evil. Hashtag not my Resident Evil. It's not like the originals. I'm like, the originals were tank control blurry messes. Only one of them, well, only the original few were really good, and then the rest of them were like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, if you grew up with them, like this is where again where
I don't have the attachment because I didn't.
My case is like, well, I've kind of showed them like my game library, and hell, one could just look at the games I've streamed this year alone. This is like this for the variety of stuff. Hell, the games I've streamed with this month alone. Like, yes, we play. Like games change, games evolved. Heck, I've talked with Hero Fizzard. Like he's very familiar with the Senra Kagura franchise, and he's says like this. This was a franchise that got its start on the Nintendo handhelds. They were like 2D side scrollers.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm someone who went from like Super Mario World to Gears of War 2. I didn't have that in between time to deal with the tank control era.
whereas me as a game,
Nostalgia of it doesn't work for me.
yeah, it's like for some people, nostalgia is there. Like this is also probably in many ways is like why I will defend Resident Evil 6. It's like, wait a second, this game is a lot of fun. It's like this game is like because it falls in line with like the Gears of War games and like Resident Evil
Evil's not supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be hard. Scary.
Are we really sure about that? Considering like how campy the first game, the first several games were.
There is an appropriate amount of juke, which is where jank and silliness, which camp. That's the word.
Yeah.
Which separates it from its sister ship of Silent Hill.
Yes, or Alone in the Dark and games like that.
Clock Tower.
Yes. Resident Evil has always been a silly franchise, and folks complain that it was never silly. Like, yeah, how else do you explain it? How else do you explain a giant snake?
Fuck that snake.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going off of the Geo Sandwich line or the line read. I'm going off of like, okay, let's take a wild look at what's actually in the first Resident Evil game, and once you start looking at it in like in a broad sense, like, yeah, this game is real. Yeah, this franchise has always been silly. Yes,
Did you throw out that Simmons turns into a fly?
So did Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, but that wasn't scary. Neither was Simmons.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm also someone who's looked into like a little bit more of the other lore of Resident Evil, and I'm actually hoping at some point, yeah, give us a remake of those Outbreak games, Outbreak 1, Outbreak, and Outbreak Final 2.
They should. Especially since they took the time to base some of the current game off of that. I think they need to.
Yeah. Like, I know from in terms of like some commission work I've done, because this is where I became familiar with the characters. The characters from Resident Evil. I have the books. Or at least the original. Cool. The original, like those novels.
The S.D. Perry's.
Yeah, I have those. I have read those.
Nice. Yeah, they're good.
I know, that's why I made sure to track them down when I realized, these can be found.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't given them away. I want to read them again.
They were still in print. They're still popular enough to.
Yeah, but I don't want to buy them again. I've already bought them once.
Yeah, but you gave them away.
Yes, because I didn't think I was going to want to read them a second or third time, depending on the book. Now it's been long enough that I don't remember exactly what happened in some of them, and I want to see.
Yeah. I always look at the books and stuff like that. Oh, these is reference materials.
Well, I also don't have much space. So in case of what books do I get rid of? What am I being honest with myself here on?
But I was going to say regarding the Resident Evil franchise, like, yeah, I know who Alyssa Last Crossroad was, and I know that she was a reporter, and that she was involved. Like, she was one of the handful of the outbreak survivors. There was Cindy Leno or Lennox, depending on one's pronunciation preference. It was like a waitress. There was Jim Chapman, a transit worker. Kevin Ryman, another member of the police department. Dude whose easiest name to remember was George Hamilton. Who was
I actually bought Outbreak. There was like a 3-pack of PS2 games you could buy.
yeah,
And I bought that when I bought a PlayStation 2 for like $80 back in the day. Probably like a month before I bought the Xbox 360. And I never ended up really playing it. I think I turned it on and that was about it.
yeah. One of the reasons why is that why the name George Hamilton is familiar, because George Hamilton is an actor, and he was the star of my favorite Zorro movie, Zorro the Gay Blade.
Yes?
Yeah, very funny movie. It's like actually very good swordplay in it too, in terms of some of the fencing.
I've only ever seen the first Antonio Banderas one.
Also, recently learned that the who actually owns the rights to a lot of the stuff that's Zorro related, and thankfully it's not Disney.
Oh, good.
Actual production company that actually not a production company but a licensing company that like owns all things Zorro. They're very litigious in regards to it, so but like if you go through them and like yeah, you can make Zorro films or animated series. Like they hand
I feel like there was an animated series when we were kids.
there was a couple. Like,
Okay.
yeah. There was like a standard traditionalist one set, like okay, like a more Western one. Then there was like a futuristic one, and so you more likely you would have seen as you're a few years younger than me, you would have seen the more futuristic one.
Saturday cartoons. Even cartoons before school.
Hmm.
Those kicked ass. Get up every morning and watch Power Rangers or Roughnecks.
Heck, or for a lot of kids, it was like their introduction to like anime for the first time, depending on the market that they live in. Sailor Moon was in
That was on
syndication.
at lunchtime. So if you were going home for lunch that day and in school, that would be what was on. Of course, my sister liked to watch Gem.
Gem, the holograms.
Yep.
Yes. Of course, I'm going to assume in that case reruns at that time period for your guys. I remember when Gem was first
Yes.
airing.
Well, Sarah's I think a year or two older than you.
Yeah, definitely reruns. Because Gem was from the '80s, and
Yeah, Sarah was born in '80.
oh, that I was gonna forget like how much of an old age difference there is between us.
Yeah.
Yes. Gem.
She was 10 when 1980 ended. Or when the 80s ended, I should say.
Okay, yeah. So you definitely would have been hit that right demographic,
Mm-hmm.
or when
Me,
Gem
it was
reached.
Ninja Turtles and Cops.
Yes.
My two favorites as a kid.
For me,
Fuck if I could tell you what's going on in Cops now.
but so this is where we appreciated we're rating Zone Sama, because but sometimes when we ended the Wednesday night streams, it was
Just
right
had
where
Cops on.
yeah. They're doing the granted, poor Cecilia Littlewing was like What the hell? What the fuck is up with this plot?
I just remember my 4th birthday cake with long arm. Because that's how much I liked that TV show as a little kid.
I was like, you guys have what? Captain Video or something to that effect too.
Sounds familiar, but I can't.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
one that I was showing you. But I always forget the Captain Power or something.
That's
like
what I
that.
was thinking of.
Forget
Yeah,
what
Captain.
it's
Yeah,
called.
that's what I was thinking of.
Like, it looked so cool when I was a kid. I'm sure it's hokey as all hell.
Oh, it is, but you know what? It has its charm. As with everything, there is a charm to a lot of those old shows. There's a reason why people remember stuff like Thundar the Barbarian.
I just remembered the action figures looking so cool when I was a kid. They were like my pride and joy action figures. Because they were all metallic and shiny.
Hey,
Yeah.
get them a
Little
little dull to
frisbees
get
still get cool.
get a little dirt on them. Yeah, you know what? That just make long arm look nice. Like, yep. I myself, in terms of cartoons, that's definitely real Ghostbusters. G.I. Joe.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
vaguely remember both of those.
Gem. Because Gem aired after G.I. Joe. Where I was. So,
Okay.
or at least when I became aware of Gem as a show, like realized, oh, this is actually really cool. Ninja Turtles hit like in that late '80s period. Then you had kind of
I
other.
think I remember the movies more than the show.
It's like, but then again, I remember a lot of other cartoons that ended up being like in like syndication, like short run stuff. Mr. T's cartoon I remember seeing as a kid. RoboCop cartoon, the Rambo cartoon. Chuck Norris even had a cartoon,
Oh, jeez.
which is the source for a lot of those Chuck Norris facts.
Love Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is great.
Yeah, his politics are a bit wonky, but you know what? He's a perfect meme. At least he got the joke about himself.
Yeah, he leaned into it, which was great. He could have been a grumpy a-hole about it.
No, because of course,
This is great.
yeah, of course, it's great because all the facts made him look good. It's like,
No, they're just also so outlandishly hilarious. Oh, tractor.
you mean to tell me we couldn't clean the tractor after we did the farm job? Come on now.
Sensible.
For the
This
record,
game is not.
we started this job like about 9:45 ish.
Mm-hmm.
60% done.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
I said last week when we got to this one, I was like, oh, this one might be our whole...
This might be the whole adventure.
There's some big-ass jobs in this one. There ain't no small jobs in PowerWasher 2. Jeez.
And like I said, you saw like the Tomb Raider related ones. Is like, yes, clean the entire front side of of Laura's manor. Thankfully, if you have like the long nozzles, it's actually doable because the scaffolds do not reach the top of it.
Well, that's at least something. Good lord. That doesn't sound like a fun time.
That's it, but it's the conversation here that makes this so enjoyable.
Dig into comparative experiences.
Indeed. I know I just crossed over. there, but the soap is because here the soap is actually useful
and free.
like
My favorite price.
part of me is also a little bit annoyed with it's like tomorrow night's stream of Senra Kagura is like, yeah, we're gonna open it up with the boss fight that I failed at on Sunday. Because boy did they throw a freaking curveball like yeah on how hard that was actually gonna be. Now I am someone when it comes to games where it's like, okay, there's a leveling up system. Like I try to do all the leveling and stuff on stream. Make sure, you know, get the full
Experience.
yeah, the full experience. I've been going all. Now, don't get me wrong. I certainly enjoy the Center Akagura games. In terms of a hack and slash game, and it was again surprisingly a deep plot. I mean, the one that I have been playing is actually all about like letting go after someone's died, or it's like, oh, wow, where the hell did this heavy ass plot come from? It was like, okay.
That is indeed a heavy-ass plot.
Yeah. So you have that. It's like, okay, I want to see how this story ends. But then they throw in, it's like, okay, now, oh yeah, the hardest fight in the game, unless they're going to throw like a random kaiju battle in like the previous one did. That I was certainly not expecting. Is
I don't know what a kaiju is.
Godzilla.
Ah, okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. They are a particular genre. Yes, there
I think
are
I've seen one
genres.
Godzilla movie, and you probably know which one it is.
Yeah, the Matthew Broderick one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you want to you wanted to set yourself up for a hokey time or something just to laugh at, just the old Godzilla films, from the 60s, definitely the one from the 60s and 70s. Where Godzilla is definitely more of like a friendly, almost like a mascot-esque character.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like there's a reason why there is a meme of Godzilla flying across and doing a drop kick. There's a reason why this stuff exists.
Hey, Godzilla, drop kick that guy for me.
That's what
I
this.
think I'm gonna kill him.
There is an appeal to like those big monster movies, and they always had like some sort of like a message with them. Like one of them was there is a common theme to some of those Godzilla films of like being environmentally responsible stuff. Which you can appreciate considering Godzilla was a creature created by nuclear fire, but still. I always remember
70s, all 60s and 70s, all messages lost in a haze of drugs.
I always remember, folks, Godzilla had not one but two cartoons. One based on the Matthew Broderick movie, and the other one based in the older era. Or at least at a minimum.
I saw the older era one.
Yeah, the older one had like the little creature called Gadzuki flying around. Like you were just hoping, folks were just waiting for Godzilla to show up.
When it comes to my cartooned anime generation, which I'm assuming the Godzilla sort of bordered on that.
Oh no! The Godzilla cartoon, like the older one, would have been like almost
the
like.
Broderick was what I was thinking.
Oh, the Broderick one was kind of anime-ish. It had like that Men in Black. It had kind of like a stylized.
Yeah. I remember that show. awful.
What, the Men in Black one or the Godzilla one?
The Men in Black one.
Really?
The art style was a bit wonky. It was geared toward kids, so I get it.
Oh, it wasn't.
I
No,
think
it
I
was
was
actually.
right on the precipice of not really watching cartoons anymore at the time.
No, the art style of the Men in Black cartoon was more in line with the comics and was actually aimed at a slightly older audience.
I guess I just don't remember it well.
Yeah, but then
My anime-esque experience is limited to like 3 episodes of
Dragon Ball, where you
Sailor
just
Moon,
yeah.
and like 8 episodes of Dragon Ball, where I was like, they've been fighting this dude for 8 episodes. What the fuck is going on?
They were sitting around and posturing for 8 episodes.
And that was it.
What do you mean you're letting him power up? Just kick his ass and be done with it. There's a
I
reason.
thought it was so. What I found interesting about it was taking so long to build up to any and all things, whereas most things are, you know, here's the problem. Oh my God, how are we gonna overcome it? And it's done within the 30 minutes. This was like
It was
10 episodes later. They're still dealing with the first problem.
yeah. It was serious. It was again depending on your age stuff. Potentially your first true introduction to serialized television. Because say what you. No, I can say a lot of things about Dragon Ball. Not all of it positive, and I'm saying that as someone who, in many respects, likes the franchise. But it did introduce a lot of folks to the concept of serialized television in the United States. Because outside of soap operas, there was nothing really doing that. Like Deep Space Nine was doing that to some extent, but good luck with any major show like on the major networks. That was like, gave you like a story that you had to follow. You couldn't miss an episode. You had to follow along, or otherwise you would be lost in the weeds like the next week.
I think a lot of those people making the shows were lost in weed.
Also, there was also the Dragon Ball's other big problem was it was based when it was originally being created. The series was being created was based on the manga or comic, and they had to stay ahead of what was in the manga that was being produced. So they had to put in a lot of filler and stuff to stretch things out.
The Game of Thrones issue.
Yeah. If you're waiting for George R.R. Martin to come up with the next book.
Yeah, it's never going to happen. I don't think that book's ever going to get released.
At least not until he finds a way to monetize it.
No, he could have monetized it out the friggin' wazoo. What I think is going to happen is he's going to die before it happens. Because when I was reading the 5th or 6th book, whatever it is he is up to, I can't remember anymore. He was talking about how he was trying to, he'd had the ideas written, and he was trying to condense it down from like 2,500 pages. That was like 10 years ago.
What you do is release it in pots. You make it in multiple books. Got 2,500 pages?
What's ended up happening since he's done 800 million interviews and they've worked on other projects within the universe. So I don't know if he's necessarily had the time to just sit there and do it.
Or he was completely bullshitting about it. It's like, yeah, I got it. It's like, that could be the case.
Yeah. Maybe he really does have no idea how to capitalize. Just like the HBO people. But he did keep telling the HBO people to just like take a year off or slow the pace of the story down to give him a chance to stay ahead of them. And they didn't want to do that.
Or like, hey, you know what? Hey, did he give them permission to?
Go off script.
Yeah, that that's oftentimes a point of contention too. Like, hey, if you run out of material, well, we're gonna end it.
You signed the rights over, and HBO just wanted to move on, and some of the actors wanted to move on. Now they can't wait to make another spin-off. It's like Max Brooks, who made World War Z.
Yeah.
They asked him about the movie, and very much not the same as the book. And they said, "How do you feel about that?" And he's like, "I was gonna have any problems with how they were gonna make the movie. I shouldn't have sold them the rights to it. So, whatever."
Yeah, it's an It's like I said. This is why they have the thing in the credits where it says "based on," "inspired by,"
Like, would I
"adapt."
have liked it to have been more legit? Sure. But I took the money. I signed the rights over, and they can do with it as they want. Like Andrei Sapkowski getting so mad about how it's portrayed now for The Witcher. Like, well, you signed it over thinking it was worth nothing.
Look, it's not our fault that your franchise had like the most characters that the people care, that more people care about, like the women in your franchise than Geralt. Like it's not
Good characters. Also, fuck people behind the Netflix TV show.
I haven't seen the Netflix show, so I can't comment on that. But
The first 3 seasons were good. And Cavill left. He got in a fight with the studio. And then they tried to paint it as though he was being sexually inappropriate with people on set. And then the cast members were like, no, he wasn't.
no, like no, he was just too sexy on set. That's what they mean.
I mean, there's tons of videos of them like simping over him while they're doing promos for the show.
Yeah, so it's like if you want to blame it on that, I can understand.
And they were like, oh, he comes in late, and he was a prima donna, and he's treating all the women poorly, and then all the women on the show were like, no, he doesn't. He treats everyone great.
Well, it's not like you had like what's that dude, the Christian Bale. Like, if Christian Bale was on the show,
Yeah,
I
there's
can
quite a lot of
understand.
screaming going on.
Yes, we would have more than just that one clip.
There's actually a really famous clip of the guy who plays Yaskir. I don't know his actual name. And Henry Cavill doing an interview with the ladies, and they ask Cavill what he's really into. And he goes, well, my particular jam at this time is a Warhammer 40,000. I've got all my little painted models ready. And you can see the girls just be like, oh, we're so tired of talking about Warhammer, but I guess he never brought it up to the guy who plays Yaskir, and he's like, oh, what faction are you doing? So he tells him, he's like, oh, I'm doing this faction, and you can immediately see that, like, Cavill's face is like, we're friends now, we have to go play a game of Warhammer after this.
Yeah, it's like what? There's a new Gears game coming out. Iceman, we have to do it. Oh, it's a remake.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just run through it quick.
Yeah, we did.
Yep, we did.
And we will play E-Day if it ever comes out.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that.
It was like someone says like, "Oh shit, we need to bring back Dom. How do we do that?" No, we can do a prequel.
Past.
Although, full disclaimer, I am someone who was not exactly sympathetic to when we reached a moment where Dom has his big crash out, final blaze of glory moment. So I was like, yeah, okay, because he was basically cooked mentally anyway at that point.
Yeah, it was just his whole downfall was sad. You got to see him fall further and further into despair as it went on.
Like,
it was almost a relief for him, but sad for us because we'd grown to care for him.
like I blame the general for it. Like, yes, Dom is very capable. He's a soldier. He will do the job that you ask him to do. But you know what? He had no business being out in the field.
I think Tom had lived so long before Marcus, and he just had reached the point where that wasn't enough anymore. I'm sorry, buddy, but I can't just keep going for you.
Yes.
He's a tragic character, especially if you read the books.
Of course, we're talking about Gears of War. We all have to always remember the massive mix-up regarding who is voiced by Gian DiMaggio.
Nobody would have put any money on that.
Yeah, I always, again, thought it was Baird. He was playing Baird. No, he was playing Marcus. However, I end up having the same damn problem because the guy who played Baird ended up voicing a character in another game I played recently. I'm like, wait a second, this voice sounds very damn familiar. It's gonna be one of two people. And it's like, wait a second, why do I hear? Oh, I'll have to. It was something I played this year, so it would be on the tour list.
It's okay.
One would think I would remember what I played this year, but not always. I have to look at the.
We're getting old.
I believe it would have been either a character in either the Outer Worlds.
I could see him being in that.
Or Final Fantasy VII Remake. Matter of fact, I can confirm that too. What is his name? First name is Fred. Fred. The actor's name was Fred Tatasciore.
Easy to enjoy, hard to pronounce.
Yes, Final Fantasy. He's done a lot of Final Fantasy VII work too.
Huh.
Oh yeah. He definitely Final Fantasy VII Remake. He was the voice of the character Don Corneo. So if you and when you're listening to it, it's like it's now. I did not make the connection back in 20 when I played Final Fantasy. I'll have to check back when we first played Gears of War and when we first encountered Baird in relation to when I played Final Fantasy Remake the first time. But
we encountered Baird and them a long time ago.
Yeah, but it's like because I played Gears of War 4. No, I played Gears of War 4 first. That was my introduction to the franchise.
Oh yeah, that was weird. What a sad way to get introduced to the franchise.
Why?
Because there's like 4 better games than that. Although it's still better than Gears 5. I will die on that hill. Someone from Abe's stream has been asking if I would be willing to play Resident Evil 6 with him, and I didn't answer him, so he asked someone else, and they were like, yeah, I'm going to get back to you on that. And he's like, Jesus, nobody wants to play Resident Evil 6. It's like, there's a fucking reason.
I mean, I would, but I don't think we have it on the same system, and not to mention time zone difference. time difference is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time zone this guy is, but he apparently has it on the Xbox. I'm still like, no.
Yeah, you got the big experience with me and enjoyed the story and having the hilarity, the unintentional hilarity of Ada's campaign.
Or I keep glitching out.
No, not glitching out. It's like every time it was like the scene transition, you were just basically warping ahead because all the transitions were like just focus on Ada. Like
See, I
the
think the game's like a trauma. I blocked some of it out. I wouldn't mind doing 5 again, though. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Get some more unlimited ammo weapons, because I can't remember how to do that again. It's been long enough that I can't remember how.
yep, definitely 5 on the agenda. Say put that after uh, the Power Wash Simulator saga.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. I'm open to other suggestions.
Now, of course, if Gears of War EJ drops beforehand, it's like we will take a break.
Gears of War 2 is something we could do, seeing as we did the remake of 1 already.
Yep, Gears 2, Gears 3.
Gears 4. Oh, Judgment.
Yes.
I'm revisiting Judgment again.
With its backwards controls.
Yes. And it's Crimson Heads, because it's apparently Resident Evil.
But it's got to be the Coal Train, baby! Woo! Woo! Okay, where the hell is...
Coal Train! Woo!
Trying to...
Hey, we're up 20% since you mentioned what percentage we were at.
Yeah, I've been working on the floor.
Cool.
Like, where the hell is these damn spots at?
I don't know, my vision's a bit spotty. So you got my glasses on. See.
Yeah, I can't think of the last time I wore my glasses on stream.
I've had a headache all day. It just finally started to ease a bit about an hour before the stream.
What type of headache? Was it like one side of the head or?
One side of the head. Yeah, the right side. Same as it always is.
Any congestion or anything to go along with that?
No. Why?
No, because I would say it would have been. Those are like some of the types of headaches I often deal with. It's like whenever I get like a really bad headache, it's a migraine. It's like often it's like congestion and a whole bunch of other stuff ailments that go along with it. So that's why I was just curious.
I usually have 2 symptoms: the headache itself and light sensitivity. Sometimes the light sensitivity can make me nauseous.
Yep, okay. So so you had almost like a mild migraine.
Yeah, it's a post-concussion migraine. They're a good time.
Yeah.
I recommend everyone try them.
As someone who deals with migraines on a regular basis, I know. Or at least, I recognize the symptoms of them, but it's like, okay, formally diagnosed, have not had them, which I should, but...
Mine are from a car accident. When they happen, I'm used to a bit of discomfort from it, so I just sort of
zone out.
Because I'm of that age.
That
age bracket.
Yeah.
But after a certain point, I'll down a couple of aspirin, and then it takes like 5 hours for me to really feel any difference.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Two 500 milligrams like stuff like Tylenol
Yeah.
and a shot of Dayquil.
I thought about taking a shot of something. Yeah, concussions are a good time. The gift that keeps on giving.
And never had like a major blow to the head. Could argue.
Didn't need one.
But in my case, yeah, recognizing like the basic symptoms of it. Okay, sensitivity, focus pain on one head. Because I used to suffer from cluster headaches a lot, which is like more of like all over the damn head.
Yeah, I've never had that. They're usually centralized.
Like for me, my migraine is normally the right side of the head, right, literally right above the ear, back of the skull.
Sinus cool.
And it's like, okay, a bit of light sensitivity, which is why I often will, why the lighting for during the streams has been different. Because of
There are days where I will, I can't even turn the Xbox on to have something on in the background because the light from the Xbox is too bright.
I would have days where it's like, you know what, I just literally just head under the covers no matter what. It's like, you know what, stay there.
I thought about doing that several times.
I like with days was like where I was says like, oh yeah, I've been sick or stuff like that. Yeah, that's often what I'm dealing with. So it's like, but oftentimes I'm up enough early enough in the day. It's like, okay, so let me get through the symptoms of this. How do I mitigate it? And this way, like as it relates to work and or streaming, it doesn't interfere.
Last night I woke up because we were having a thunderstorm, and oftentimes that's what will be the beginning of it. And I couldn't get back to sleep for a couple of hours. And then I ended up sleeping way past when I normally get up because of it. And then we went to the zoo because they were unveiling the baby giraffe to members only.
Giggity.
So we went there in the morning.
Giraffity.
So we went there and we saw the giraffe. It was cute and it gave zero fucks about the humans, which was funny. And then when I got home, I was like, the pressure from the rain and everything is really built up. I'm kind of cold from the rain. And I just spent the whole afternoon because my intention was to continue working on Resident Evil Requiem. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen today.
Okay, so where the hell? I've been all over this damn floor, like getting individual spots and stuff.
All right, go to the stairs. All right, I can see it. There you go.
Oh, it was all
It was over by the entrance.
Yeah.
The speakers are a bitch. There's an angle that's really hard to get to. The top is real difficult to get.
Yeah, it's like I'm over here, like what the hell? What the hell am I missing with these with this damn floor?
Me. That's all that was missing. Was me. Speakers.
Let's see. I was looking forward to messing around with the House of the Dead tomorrow. I got that speaker thing.
You said it was a remake to
Yeah, it was a House of Dead was produced created by
first.
by Sega.
Mm.
It was an arcade light gun shooter with like Time
Mm.
Crisis, those types of games.
Jesus. Have they remastered it or remade it?
It literally says remake because one of the
Graphics
things
should
that
be
was
greatly updated.
keeping it as with many games of that era as it relates to Sega for some of their stuff like music ends up being like a major issue. Like for whatever reason, Sega cannot use some. Granted, there's association with Michael Jackson from Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but they were like it's not every track, so it's like. But Sega has also been very up until recent years. They have been very reluctant about doing any remakes or remasters of a lot of of the stuff that they've done in the past. So the fact
Well,
that
I'm
they
excited because the Resident Evil ones keep
yeah, like if we had online play, like that's the big thing. Is that's going to be the big thing, the big disappointment with it. Can't play it with
coming out. The
anyone.
DMA one. Mass Effect, that was a big surprise when they didn't have the online multiplayer.
Yeah, or Pinnacle Station.
Source
I,
code, baby.
hey, you know what? Source code exists on the PC versions. You can just go get it from there.
Yeah.
We don't want to do the work.
EA probably didn't want to do it in the first place. If it's anything like Andromeda, they were probably given some squeaks to make it.
I can safely say that considering the number of quality of life updates that they did put into them, such as the updated character creator, the somewhat more
I'm just,
uniform.
I'm just harping on EA and their weird timelines.
Sometimes it's not even. Sometimes it's not just EA. Let's also remember, and I will harp on this. Casey Hudson is the fucking idiot. Casey Hudson is the guy who kind of left BioWare on a damn lurch over Anthem. He comes up with it, he pitches it, he then leaves, and it's like, okay, and that leaves everyone that's like, what the hell do we do with this?
And I want to get mad at Casey, but without him, we don't have Mass Effect. So,
I'll get mad at him. I'll be mad at him for both of us.
it's like Cliff Bazinski's being a little bit of a bitch right now over Gears of War, but it's like, well, without you, we wouldn't have it. So, quit being a bitch about it. You signed it over to a company. You left the company.
They
Quit
can do
complaining about what's going on with it.
Yes, it's not like the story. It's not like you did a good job with the story of the initial game anyway.
Well, you got Karen Travis to come in and help him with that. It was solid. And the tie-in books are great.
Yes. But the original game, the original content, as released, like
For the third time.
it's gonna be a fourth time come the next generation.
Fuck that. I'm not playing that one. I'd draw the line at Gears 1 remakes. They're lazier and lazier.
They're the authentic experience.
Yeah, I think experience would be the janky 360 version. Which is probably the smoothest of the three.
Yeah, but the third one, you know what? At the very least, another playthrough of any of like Gears Ultimate or Gears Reloaded. I mean this. No having to run through to get the damn cog tag in the Brumok section. Cause that
That's
was
true. It didn't exist. Only on PC, baby.
cause that was the one area that we died the most at. Funny enough.
I almost bought that on PC back in the day because I wanted to see what the other level was. But I also, there was no way that my PC would have been able to run it, so I left it on the shelf.
Yeah, but because you had it on PC, the Xbox account, you should have gotten it for.
At the time, this was when it was
Oh,
still relatively new.
I was trying to think of. In terms of like getting stuff for free, because hey, they figured that part out. I was like, you know what, people are not old players are probably not going to pay for this again. Well, let's give that to them for free.
This would have been probably like 2010 range.
Yeah.
Maybe earlier. I saw it and I was like, ooh, it has an extra level that the original game didn't have? Huh.
Extra level? Oh, you're fighting a Brumok from the ground up? Just like fighting.
I didn't know that.
It's just like it's just like fighting a Thresher Maw.
I think the Thresher Maws were easier.
We had a Krogan with them.
Shepherd.
Keep up, Shepard. Of course, Fizzer is doing Mass Effect 3.
Is it their first run?
No, for them it's been a while. I had to get them
Okay.
I had to get them the notes for like finding the resources and stuff. Otherwise,
Oh yeah, that's a bitch.
otherwise his ending of Mass Effect 3 is going to be very, very sad in terms of. Yeah, you know, just the minimum requirements for getting the Crucible built. Yeah, that's a bit of a downer ending.
Who's this thing telling me to clean? Fucking annoying.
Yep. So, also speaking
I'm
of
gonna get the good ending.
good-ish ending, because I've been thinking more and more about Mass Effect 3 as of late, in terms of its ending. And is realizing as I try to I've been like little thoughts experiments. Okay, what if so and so was available in Mass Effect 3 in terms of like, okay, what if there was something that bugged me about the Crucible and those three, well, technically four choices. As you know,
That was funny.
shooting the Star Child is the choice.
I found that out by accident. I was like, shut up, stupid Star Child. Thinking nothing would happen.
Oh, your choice is made.
I guess I'll be replaying that.
It's a canon ending. Probably the most realistic ending, but okay. So canonically, the destroy ending and everything. The destroy ending is the renegade ending. They quite literally color coded it. The control ending is the Paragon ending because that saves the most lives. Without forcing.
I have to focus so hard in that final scene because I can't see what color each one is. So I just have to like, which one does it look like?
Left or right? Well, and then you got the third choice. Almost forced synthesis on everything. But here's the problem.
Inappropriate.
Yeah. Perfect for like Edie having like the big monologue there, her being alive and everything. But But the problem is the Crucible is thing, and the fact that it's never addressed in any way or form it's a it's essentially it's a anti-entropy machine. It's basically set to keep evolution like what the Reapers
to a
are. Keep
certain level.
Yeah, keep it there to a certain degree. And so none of those three choices, like choices, really kind of like all come with like a consequence that doesn't quite work. So trying to find like an alternate solution to that, like you build the crucible, you don't know what it does. You don't have. It's like you're essentially are being told, "Hey, okay, here's the blueprints for a gun. You don't know, but you don't know it's a gun. You don't know what it'll do. But once you build it, you have to use it, and then when you use it, it's like, oh, none of these are.
This is literally the ending of Resident Evil 9.
Is
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you?
I'm going to have to know anyway for again commission work. So, by
The character we're presuming to be a Wesker clone named Zeno has Wesker-esque speed powers. And he's searching for Elpis, Spencer's last great virus to throw everything into chaos.
every Wesker, like.
Yeah, exactly. And so he gets it, and it's enough that he thinks it does mind control. So he immediately injects himself with it without ever like thinking about it or anything, and then it just takes his powers away.
Huh.
So it's an antivirus so powerful that it enables any bioweapon in contact inert and reverts it back to its original state.
Huh. So you said, wait, you mean to tell me to spend all this time?
Mm-hmm.
Umbrella and Spencer's? They actually had a contingency plan. They actually
And
had
apparently had a series of regrets at the end, and made this to try and make up for it.
You know what? Okay, good on them for actually addressing one of the biggest issues I have with Resident Evil as a race to Umbrella.
The story is actually quite good.
Like the fact that actually addressed the fact that I'm not too keen on this like being a Spencer, we had regrets and wanted to do the right thing. I'm calling bullshit on that. But I will say this, like, yeah, there ain't no fucking way that these people are not going to have some sort of counter agent or something. There ain't no way. Like they would have had to, based on the lore, at some point in time. There's like to try and have some sort of safety protocols, ammunition and whatnot. No sending in like Carlos Oliver and his fantastic hair does not count. Even though he was he looked more like a generic goofball in the original Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm. Now he sort of regretted all the death and destruction and how bioweapons were getting treated from place to place to place and causing all this chaos. This isn't what I intended with my research. I created this to try and counter it, basically.
I did hear that a lot of people. Sherry Birkin is also took over as Leon's handler for a time.
Yes, in the episode, they're both suffering from, they call it Raccoon City Syndrome. But basically, the T-virus, anyone who would have been in Raccoon City during those days would have had a drink of water or something to that effect, and would have been exposed to the T-virus because of it. But it was only a certain percentage effective, I think 10%. So it's laid dormant within their system all this time, but it's mutated, so they're all becoming sick from it and dying. So a lot of the bit is then trying to get back to Raccoon City, to the facility that's in there, and try and find something that can help them with the disease before it kills them too.
Thank you for the hydration, Striker. USA is still playing.
Yes, Mexico lost by too many runs. I think if Mexico had won by like 1, or Italy had won by, or no, Mexico had won by 2 or less, or something like that. It's some weird run-based issue, but that would have eliminated the U.S. It's like, ah, shit, that would have been fun. We needed Mexico to win by 2, and the U.S. would have been gone.
Damn
I
it!
would have laughed.
Mexico, you could have done something. You could have had us laughing at you could have had me laughing at our own country and our ineptitude. We could have had we could have had Schwarber back and Harper and back where they should be, like preparing for the season.
I should say, after how much money they've sent for. But he's not elite, so you know. Goldsmith will play.
So much I hate to say.
I had no idea that they hadn't moved on.
No, this is funny. You get to use your powerful spray. I have to ride the damn lift to get up here and actually to make it.
Yeah. That's why anytime you get stuck in an area, I'm just like, just move on. I'll finish it. Just tell me where you were.
I was trying to be determined.
That's fine. And what did you determine from that?
No, I was trying to, I was trying to get it done. Oh.
I get this. Oh,
Like, how the hell did they get all this grime up here?
very thorough. Seriously, what am I missing over here? It keeps telling me.
Oh! We got a raid! It's Hero Fizzer coming in! After a stream of Blaze Blue Chromo Phantasma Extend. This is the second game in that series.
Those all sound like words.
Yes. Greetings, Frizzer. How are you this evening? And hey, Three of Hearts. Let's see what does the Frosty Bot has to say. Hero Fizzer's been grinding through the Blaze Blue series. Seems like they're on a mission to save the universe one fighting game at a time. But they're not busy being a variety gaming hero. They're probably off writing the next great novel or something. Just don't ask them about the Genophase. I hear it's a touchy subject. As it is.
Depends on how many testicles you have. Anytime there's a quad involved, I'd imagine it'd be a very touchy subject.
Yes. The experience was not what I expected. Also, Fizzer. Lay in the details. And everybody who has came over with Fizzer, I am, for those new folks here, I am Fred. I am a variety streamer. We have been playing Senra Kagura Estival Versus as of late, as well as PowerWash Simulator. We checked out Blaze Blue Entropy Effect as well. And in the near future, we're going to be playing House of the Dead Remake and Barbie Horse Trails. So yes, I am Mr. Variety. The story mode is very light novel focused. I think we went through 2 episodes of the main story and 2 arcade stories to balance it out. Ah, yes.
How goes the battle with the Genophage?
Yes. Oh, I think they did the genophage on their last Mass Effect 3 stream, which was a couple weeks ago. Because this past
Oh, Morden. Poor Morden.
oh, there's a way to
Sad.
keep him alive, but Rex has to be
It's a bad
dead.
way.
Rex has to be
Very
dead.
bad way.
Reeve has to be in charge. Yeah, no, we cured the
why they ever want-
genophage. Oh, and they met Kai Lang on their last playthrough. I'm sorry.
My condolences for your loss.
We should have been named Ronin. Why? Because he was a warrior.
Is Ronan a particular douchebag?
No, it was probably a better name than Kai Lang.
Really innocent.
Oh, something I missed all the way out here?
The floor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right here.
So,
Oh, the cash register. Counter.
oh, he just look.
Way now.
Oh, Kai Lang just looks like a Ronin.
I always thought he looked like an asshole.
That too.
No, floor.
Food
Said
court
the floor was
frame.
hard.
Yeah. Locker's floor.
Ooh, the door frame. No. Wall. Just little things.
There's another set of lockers here. But yeah, he does look like an asshole, but still. Yeah, but yeah, Fizzy did take a break from Mass Effect on his streams to do a community stream focused around Marvel Rivals. I could have sworn I got most of these. I was wrong. The Fizzer, let me give you the heads up on Blaze Blue entropy effect. It definitely ties in with like a lot of the stuff that happens at the beginning of Blaze Blue in terms of its story, as well as the very end. That's about as far as I'm going to get with it because the remaining bits of its story are stuck behind like a lot of the harder difficulty stuff as in a roguelike game. That's going to be rather very frustrating to get through. Oh. Oh.
Oh, I missed something. Oh, Jesus, this tiny little piece under the computer.
Yep.
Stand up, bro. And food court door frame. Ah,
There we
there
go.
Hooray.
Hey, that only took 2.5 hours. It's like, what a wonderful long. Oops, I forgot to get a screenshot there.
Let's see if we can get the tractor done. At least move the story a bit.
Yep, I want to get a good screenshot here. Go. That was one level? Yes,
Oh,
it
did
was.
you, sorry, keep talking, but did you go into the little back room over here?
Wait, continue. A back room.
The poster was kind of cool. Yeah, keep talking.
All right, now. Photo booth.
On the wall
wall. Retrowave future. That's
I thought it
background.
was kind of neat.
Oh, and apparently something can be turned on over here too. Oh,
Huh, cool.
disco ball's moving.
Cool.
All right. How do we do this? Oh, yeah, back. Yes, but this was one level. It was one massive deal.
It had a mass effect on us.
Yep. Like it took literally 2 hours. It's like, yeah, this is a time sync game. Also, what does the thing over here? What does it look like over here?
It's right here.
That's a little roller disco. Okay.
That's why I struggled to find it last week, because I wasn't expecting it to be a stereo.
The tractor. I don't think there will be an achievement associated with this one.
I don't believe so.
But knowing these games, better double check.
Big tractor too. Oh no, it's a little one. Okay. The big one comes later. The mining equipment.
Nothing saying tractor. It's like, then again, it looks like how long it took to clean that carousel. Yes. The carousel. Iceman.
Had words with it at the end.
Many colorful words.
We had to leave it on as part of the achievement.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
Just remember this. I did it with the with it being on twice.
Yeah, that's probably one I wouldn't have gone back to do on mine.
And that's where having a buddy that has to say, "Hey, want to go back and do this?" Oh, okay. Huh? Person's name is Annie Mall.
You just noticed that.
I wonder if she's a Muppet. Probably will be one hell of a drummer. Muppet fans would appreciate that joke.
He's the furry guy, right?
Yep. Oh, I know that. Well, I know with Muppets that probably helps, but it's like, yes.
Yeah, I'm not a good audience for that, unfortunately.
I'm surprised. I was some of like more their drier humor you probably would appreciate.
Oh, probably. Again, my parents were big on movies when we were kids. More play with the toys or go outside.
Also, doesn't help that like with the Muppet Show, Prime was like not really syndicated anyway. Oh wow, half of it's already done.
As I said, this shouldn't take long. Leave me feeling a bit better.
Well, you're feeling a bit better, or?
No, leave you feeling a bit better about like progress.
Oh no, no. It's like, hey, we got the one thing, we got the big thing done. So I was like, I'm not gonna complain about that.
So we've got things like shopping malls and geological discoveries and giant trucks to do.
Besides, the silent monks up at the temple. Why does that temple look familiar?
Because we cleaned it already. go inside the temple this time. And it's an easy achievement. You don't need to consider anything. When you clean the inside, you get the achievement.
It says, hey, we're back from the ad break. Welcome back. Yes. How long did it take to clear the carousel? Not as long as it took to clean the damn disco club.
I don't know. It took a while.
It may have taken a while, but you were not being spun around in a circle. Wow.
I swore it.
At least the tracker should be simpler.
Might even be sexy.
Yes.
For some people.
That tractor, we hardly knew her. So Fizzer, what's up for your agenda this week? Obviously, I know Persona 5 for you on Sunday, as he defeated the first big boss of that game on this past week. And it was entering the expansion content. In his next stream, obviously he has Blaze Blue going on, as well as Mass Effect 3, and obviously Persona 5. Ooh, I just saw these. Get underneath for these tires.
Even the worst thing on here.
Yeah, we gotta get under and do its undercarriage.
Now the worst thing is these little side panels with all the fucking hoses and shit in there.
Oh, yeah, believe me, some of that DLC content in for the first game, it's even worse. Where you have to literally open up things to get inside of it.
Oh.
You're debating about what to do about Persona 5 Royale. We're almost done. There's like another 10 to 20 hours left of that game to get through. That's the...
Okay.
Indeed. But it is a game with a lot of story and a lot of lore, and depending on how you play it, a lot of RPG battles too. Like I played Persona 5 technically 3 different times. Although I managed to shorten the playthrough each time somehow, some way.
Well, you have a better understanding of what you're getting into. That might be helps.
But what will Fizzer do on Sundays once Persona 5 is done? That is the question.
Wrinkles on it.
He's going to a car at the start of April. So the goal is to end it before then. Ah. Might want to put it on like a few... alternate down like a few extra nights. Just to make sure. Knock on wood.
What's happening that they have to have it done quicker?
No, he instead of playing it one night a week, do it on 2 nights or something.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Like one person I saw who was playing it says like, hey, you know what? I was hoping, yeah, it's like we're gonna play it every day, play it every day this weekend, because with the hope of finishing it before Valentine's Day. And it's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. You can play it every night that week for like 10 hours. And with where you are in the story, you will not finish it before Valentine's Day. And I was right.
It wasn't that its own reward.
Yes. The big thing, the big thing with like RPGs is we're talking like big. It took me 2 months to finish Certified Wrong, playing at 3 hours neat upon its initial release. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of way. Because I know my initial playthrough of it was very well, because I was doing it on Friday nights, and those streams ending up being like 8 to 10 hours. Like starting those at like, I was starting those at like 6 o'clock-ish at the time, 6, 7, somewhere thereabouts. Like almost like right when I was finishing work, having dinner, and then so I kind of learned my lesson. It's like, yeah, you know what? This is the game that needs. This is a franchise that's going to make you earn every minute of its gameplay. Granted, a lot of the gameplay is being like
to earn it. I've already paid for it.
But I mean, it's like let me put it this way: imagine the Mass Effect franchise where you're spending a lot more time hanging out with the actual squad members.
That is always a delight as the games go on, especially when they can change around.
Yeah. So imagine that with like with more RPG elements and stuff like that, with like a lot of heavy lore. Like you get in deeper with the characters in terms of their personalities. Like hell,
well,
just imagine if the average conversation with Garrus was not just about calibration.
I don't think Garrus knows anything else about the calibration.
Yeah, that scene in Mass Effect 3 on the Citadel when you have to be his wingman or wing person, depending
That's where I was going with it.
depending if you're playing as friendship or not.
And this channel has me to blame for all Mass Effect fun.
Yep, Iceman was the one who introduced me to Mass Effect, and the fact that I've played multiple different versions of it over the years.
You have absolutely played it more than I have now.
And at some point this year, another one of Mass Effect 1 is definitely in the cards for achievement purposes, for like either biotic or engineer runs. And by proxy, it was also my introduction to Dragon Age. And I will be doing another Dragon Age Origins run this year. Because they got achievements related to romancing the characters, and I have, and not to mention their Dragon Age Origins, there are achievements associated with. Oh no, you got to see every ending variation. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Bad enough, the game has a difficulty one. Imagine if talking to Garrus led to a conversation about coffee beans picked out of Elcor done. Yeah.
I'll pass.
Oh yes, yes, that one conversation with one of Persona 5's characters. Like, the flavor of this coffee is quite unique. Beans. Like, if I never needed a reason. Boy, if I ever needed a reason not to drink coffee, well, Persona 5 certainly gave me it.
I'm glad I don't drink coffee. It makes me nauseous to smell it. I think it's awful.
Yep. Coffee is just like bitter tasting brown water.
And this is coming from someone who has like 4 to 6 cups of black tea every day.
Okay, where? Cream and sugar, my dudes. Cream and sugar. Yeah, for me it doesn't help.
Yeah, I don't like sweets.
Yeah.
I'm weird. I don't like coffee, ice cream, chocolate, pop, or soda for the Americans.
Lots of Fraser says lots of cream and lots of sugar. It's like pour it all in there. Like one of the most profitable. It's why one of the most profitable industries in America is the sugar industry.
The coffee. And the subsequent dump.
Okay, where the hell is the rear lights? Yeah, that's one.
Angle it. Oh, I got it.
There's two. Ah, yes, that's one Homer stated by Homer J. Simpson. First, you get the sugar, then you'll get the money. Then you'll get the women. Exactly.
Well, that took less than 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, significantly less.
Yeah. Quiet, please.
It's like, oh my goodness. I do appreciate the recap of how you did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Homer Simpson can be a wise man. Not necessarily a smart one, but a wise man. Alright, where's the tractor? Ah, there's the tractor. And let's take a moment here, pop into the in-game shop, grab the equipment. So we've got 4,000. Grab all the cheap stuff.
Reasonable. I guess you'll get there.
Yep. You know, Azuma sounds so much better in Chromos Phantasma. I don't know if it's because he's allowed to turn up to Smart, but he's better than Calamity. Yes, Hazuma and Blaze Blue, he gets because he becomes a much more of a important character. He gets to be a lot more smarmy. He has a lot. There's a lot more room for him to be like why he is like your primary antagonist for the better part of that game. And actually, a couple games really. There's useless. Like imagine if Saren had more of a personality and
I just felt like Theron didn't have enough screen time in Mass Effect 1.
yes, like yes, you go, yes, he has a lab on Novaria, but he's not there. His Asari Betazoid is. Yes, you go to track him down to Vermeer. He shows up there after when you're about like within 5 minutes of blowing up the entire place. Like no real cutscenes.
Yeah, he doesn't get very fleshed out unless you read the book.
Yeah. Theron's personality was all in his face. No, that would be Garrus after after you recruit him in Mass Effect 2. Gets all those scars.
Yeah, but he loses it. That's, you're saying he doesn't have any personality because he lost his face. Did you want to start another one, or
Yeah, well, what's the next one?
we can get it going for 15, 20 minutes and
Temple Interior.
yeah, because that'll be your next achievement. But again, you don't need to look that one up. That one's really easy.
What we gotta do?
Go down the stairs.
Go down
I know, it sounds like there must be more to it. No, literally walk down the stairs.
the stairs.
They will form when you clean the inside. See this thing in the middle? They will open.
Oh,
This thing here.
Beats losing his smile. Yeah, fair enough. Fair point.
Losing his smile. That sounds like a familiar term.
What are they worshiping here? HBK, WWF, yeah. The most famous losing the smile is, yeah, I don't want to lose. I don't want to do what was the plan, so I'm just going to say I lost my smile, fake a knee injury, and go home. And then come back later.
Well, if they didn't want to play, you shouldn't have signed up.
Okay. Oh, that's mostly. Oh,
Don't you get paid the same regardless of whether you win?
yep. I guess it's like an ego thing.
Who gives a fuck? It's all predetermined anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what they say, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh, never mind then. Gotcha.
Yep. Okay.
It could be contributory. Was it?
Oh no, yes. HBK's ego was bad at the time. Yeah, it's putting it mildly.
Gotta have hobbies.
Some guys think they're too good to lose, scripted or not. Like they value their star power more than anything. It's like, you know what? You know how much money I made for you? It's like,
6. I don't
Yeah.
know.
no, that's literally it was like what was it? Steve Austin, Stone Cold did this walkout thing. It's like one of his reasons is like,
Yeah.
I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. I made a lot of money here. Like, and you're just gonna have me lose on the advertise? What the hell?
I like how sometimes when you clean around something, it creates like a wall shadow out of dirt.
Huh? Yeah, it does. Oh, for fuck's sake, The Rock has it written in his Hollywood contracts that he can't lose. Well, fuck.
And yet his movies lose all the time.
Now that I think about it, what is like? No wonder I like Doom, and nobody likes Doom. It's like The Rock bites it in it. You think he's the protagonist, and it's like, yeah, nope. Wait, he has a line in that movie too. It's like this was not supposed to happen.
I have that movie. I haven't watched it in years and years and years.
Yeah. One of those movies where we say it's called like a popcorn flick. You just throw it on,
Put your brain next to you and eat some popcorn.
yeah, have some snacks and just for the carnage.
Maximum love if we can. It was really dark.
Dark in here.
Dark in her.
No, compare, but then again, like we've been in darker places. Englewood being one of them. Thank you. I would like to set the ladder up somewhere so it's not in the way game.
Oh, come
But no, there was so the Rock is basically has entered the Steven Seagal phase of his career. Where Steven Seagal cannot lose no matter what movie he was starring in. He cannot die. Except in the
on.
one
The only
movie.
people who lose in the Rock's movies are the people who have to watch them.
Or the people who co-star with him wondering why couldn't we get like a real actor in? Because he looks like a damn cartoon character next to everybody else, all of his co-stars.
Well, also, his movies always suck.
Wait, didn't Maui lose a fight against a crab or something? And like what in Moana? I've never seen Moana, but if that's true, so wait, how are they going to adjust that since he's playing that character in like the live action remake? Like The Rock does not lose.
I've never seen any of those cartoons, but I've never been a big Disney sort of person. I haven't seen most Disney movies.
Yeah, there are some particularly good ones. It's like I will always say is like in terms of like as a bit of a spoof, but as well as a great homage to Sherlock Holmes, The Great Mouse Detective is actually really good.
I think the last movie of that ilk that I saw was The Incredibles.
Let's see.
It's
First it
like
says
family.
they'll do something to butcher it like the other live action films. It says he saw a bit of Mufasa and it was okay at best.
Didn't even know they made that.
Yeah. Eh. Gotta milk the Lion King for all it's worth. I mean, they did it with the original animated version. It's like with the direct-to-video sequels. Like yes, The Lion King 2, The Lion King
Like
one
Little
and a
Lion.
half. Tell it from Timon and Pumbaa's point of view. It's like I will admit it was a bit of creative premise there. It's like okay, tell it from the side character's point of view. What was everything like?
So much death.
Also helps by the time they actually did that, like Timon and Pumbaa were like well established as like characters that can carry a television series on their own. Making them leads for like a direct-to-video home release sequel or quasi like yeah technically a sequel but also prequel as it fits in between.
Pre-sequel.
Yes, Borderlands the pre-sequel.
Oh,
Eh.
right.
And I'm gonna have. There's a game I'm gonna have to. I gotta go back to that Borderlands 3 and do its DLC, and then do a playthrough of Borderlands the pre-sequel. I've played that game before on PC. I am not looking forward to having to do the end game boss again.
I have only ever played some of the Telltale ones.
As I say, it's always weird to find out how long Timon and Pumbaa the series lasted. It went on long enough to make a Titanic joke. Hey, Titanic was let's see, Lion King was 90. Yeah, 96, 97. Yeah,
Can't see.
about right because Timon and Pumbaa the animated series was like 95, 96. But there was that market for it.
like I said, I remember seeing that one as a kid. It was a big deal because my cousins had just come over from South Africa the same year. I think we all went to go see it.
A nice big.
And they were like, hey, we see those all the time. I was like, oh, we see those at the zoo.
And I go, technically, Scar would be the one in charge of the Lion Pride anyway, because he's. there was something as like regarding that was like, oh, in terms of lions, yeah, Mustafa would actually be the one that would have been killed off regardless. Scar would actually have been the natural leader of the pack. But because of the typical imagery of a lion, the one with the big mane and the golden, where it was like, yes, this would be the king. Yeah, not really.
We must avenge James Earl Jones again. He just stopped getting killed and everything. We wouldn't have to avenge him.
James Earl Jones, when you needed a powerful voice for either an iconic villain or to tell you about if there's one thing that is consistent, Ray, baseball or Field of Dreams. You've never seen that? I do recommend at the very least for the speech his character has towards the end of that movie.
I probably saw it when I was a kid. We're probably talking like 6 or 7, so likely didn't have the impact on me. Like,
yeah, it's a very good. I know I'm probably someone who's going to, a lot of people will be mad at me. Like, it's like the Field of Dreams is a film that you have to be in the right mood for, because at the same time, there's a bit of a hokiness to its premise, and I'm someone who actually read the book that it was actually it was based on, so. So it's like, yeah, it takes a big stretch there, but the speech in and of itself, regarding of like, oh, people will come, Ray. People will indeed come, and it's like it goes on this whole thing of like about baseball. Or it's like,
I was like a YouTube ad.
Yeah. Except it's not telling you to cream pie someone.
No.
For those who missed that bit there earlier.
Well, just for context, in the comment section of the Jacksepticeye rant about all of this, someone mentioned that exact video.
That exact ad?
Mm-hmm. And that's why I was like, I'm going to tweet about this, because if other people are seeing this shit too.
Yeah. And then YouTube has the balls to have issues with
Morality.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh wait, whose money are we messing with then? Not the advertisers, because I make sure my content is not appealing to. Well, not appealing to advertisers. But yeah, there's like these AI sites and everything. They're like, yeah, YouTube is taking the money, but
It's definitely not appropriate.
yeah.
Can you imagine if that popped up for like a kid?
Chances are it will.
Hey, Dad, what's a cream pie? What?
It's going to happen. That's going to be another rigmarole stuff. Like, no, this type of stuff cannot be on YouTube. It's like, really?
Apparently, bloody anything can be on YouTube.
Like, stop worrying about the damn payment processors and stuff like that. It's like, it's, for instance, I've seen at least one that might have been an interspecies AI adult video. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that one too. Design your own fuzzy thing. Like, what the fuck is a fuzzy?
They used the wrong terminology. It's a furry, but still.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably what they said. Okay, never mind.
But they probably used the
It's like,
term.
why do I want to make a sexual animated character exactly?
And again, why is it being advertised on YouTube? It was like on that, and no. But here's the thing: if that type of stuff is being advertised on YouTube, okay, then they should have no problem with like the violence of Resident Evil 9.
Or sexuality of other things. You're gonna have it in your bloody ads.
Hey Mona, thank you for the lurk. Hopefully you had a good day today.
And I can guarantee you that is a word I have never typed on my phone, a search engine of any proclivity.
What, the word furry or fuzzy? Both.
Well, I was thinking the original one, but yeah, that too. The preemie one.
Oh yeah.
It is not something I have ever typed in at any time for any reason. So I don't know how the hell the algorithm came up with that one for me.
That's five. Maybe it's like 5 banana cream pies. Hey, we're reaching a ski report where pay pros don't want us to make money, but we're fine taking it from the slot makers. That's basically it. Yeah, the AI.
That was just gross when I saw it the other day. It was like that ad that was like may cause suicidal thoughts.
It's like
It left me going, what?
the who to the what now?
And it's the same thing with the YouTube ad. It's like, are you kidding me right now?
Again,
What the hell is this effect?
this is where it's like yes, it's like why do people care? Like what people spend their money on is like yes, that's their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's actually a whole thing here in the United States where the damn Federal Reserve. I saw this earlier today, where it's like yes, should banks have the right to tell people what they can and can't spend their money on? It's like that's a whole other thing to hear. Like yes, banks want the right to police the customer base. It's like make sure it's like if you're what you want to, what you buy, what you don't buy, things of that sort. What you, like,
I understand if they're assisting you with money management. Someone who's reckless.
no, but this is this
Beyond
thing. Is the thing is like, oh yeah, you can't buy this video game. That's what basically. You can't buy this book. You can't rent this movie. Like that's what it's getting into. So, oh, Mona is heading to bed. So, Mona, have yourself a good night.
Sleep well.
Always appreciate folks.
Conversations of waylaid.
Yes.
My own annoyance with the topic has become a ongoing issue in this Wednesday stream.
Yes. Welcome to the Wednesday stream where we're currently power washing stuff and having conversations that go all over the damn place.
Very much so this week, in a place I never expected to go to while watching a YouTube video about zombies.
Yeah. You wouldn't download a car, would you? Yeah. Well, I would if I could. Is then you're gonna have people who's like being mad, like, well, pirating is suddenly a thing again, becoming more of a problem. Yeah, well, guess what? There's a reason why some folks say, it's like, you know what, just there was somebody that says, hey, if you're gonna pirate the game anyway, it says, hey, no deals, but if you like the game well enough to pay for it, cool. It would be nice if you paid for it, but understand otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Given 3D, you given 3D printing, you could probably download a car and print it out and build it. Hell, they're even using 3D printers, or at least trying to, for like artificial organs.
Yeah, that's true. 3D printers are impressive.
I'm making good progress on this, more or less. I got a quarter of.
I mean, I don't imagine we'll finish the interior part A tonight. That'll be for next Wednesday. But it'll at least get us on the road to getting to part B and then on to the next one. This part B is underneath the church, monastery, whatever this thing is.
It's the House of Cults.
Ah, cult unity.
Yes. Look in my eyes, what do you say? The cult of meat and extra cheese. Oh.
I know your anger.
I know your order. I know what will please. 2 roast beef patties with mayonnaise. Whoa. Actually, in terms of being I know it's also has a especially a bit of an appreciation in terms of fast food and everything. I do have to appreciate some of the restaurants in the area where I live, like having like nice discounts and stuff for like some like for various items that are not, but are more healthier items on their menu.
Been trying some, have you?
Yeah, trying, failing constantly, as they say.
Well, days end in Y.
I know to say a ladder is a thing. And welcome back from the ad breaks, folks. I'm pretty sure Twitch has not thrown something on there that make you go, what the hell is this ad for?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so folks who are hanging out here wondering what's on the upcoming agenda for this week. Oh, not yet anyway. Yes. other than FanDuel for some reason, yes. Well, FanDuel
gambling websites.
Yeah.
Another thing I've never looked up.
No, but if you're depending on like if you're watching a lot of like sports YouTube and stuff, guaranteed you've seen those ads within the video. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we'll just skip that.
That's annoying because I have no intentions of gambling.
But anyway, tomorrow night I will be messing around with the House of the Dead remake. Let's see how long it takes me. How many continues will be needed for me to complete a run of that game?
Well,
1,000. Yes.
oh, okay.
12,000 rounds of bullet casings will be spent in that game. Rapid reload.
Reasonable.
Yeah. And then Friday, the big goal will be to finish the main story of Senra Kagura Estival Versus, and then begin its the various character quests. That's a game that's gonna take a while to fully finish.
Feel like you should play a game that's easier to pronounce next.
No, I've been stuttering a lot lately, so it's
No, even when I read it, I'm like, damn, that game is hard to pronounce.
Sen Ran, which is the first word. Kagura. Then Estival is this festival. Then Estival is this festival without the F. That is the one bit of oddness is like, that's an odd choice for a title.
Mm-hmm.
You should be out on the main story by the time she said, yeah, I should. Emphasis on should, Fizzer. It's like, that. I have been going into that game off stream, leveling up one particular character that to try and prepare for like a boss battle rematch.
And if we're going with shoulds, we've been playing PowerWash Simulator for like 4 months.
There we have.
But I'm exaggerating.
Oh yeah. If we go by should, we were.
Probably should have been this already.
No wait. Well, no, we've been playing PowerWash Simulator. Should is like, yeah, we were stuck on that disco club job for like 2 hours, which probably
Games are longer than you think.
Yeah, especially when you don't have the powerful equipment. But even when you do have the powerful equipment, sometimes you gotta get the nooks and the nooks and crannies, trying to get the angles.
Nooks and grannies. Oh
Yeah.
god, I'm gonna get a weird video now.
As long as he doesn't accidentally spoil himself on the ending, yeah. Hopefully not, but as I said, like the last, like the final, like day 8 battle, I was not expecting it to be that way. I was expecting it to, like, okay, certain character resolutions to happen, and it was like, yeah, no, this is gonna have to end in a fight. And even though you will have an advantage, it's not really much of an advantage when the AI can be a complete idiot. And the matchup is not exactly ideal. And this, Fisher, just to give you an example, give you an idea of like how bad the matchup is. Picture Senra Kagura First Renewal. And yeah, it's on easy. Yep, it's on easy. Trying to fight Dadoji at close range with Mirai. Not at range, but at close range. That is essentially the scenario that and I'm not even sure if there's like a giant monster fight behind it either. So,
Is it a kaiju?
no.
I learned a new word today.
Yes. We could hope. There's like a giant monster fight. Yes, that would be ideal.
Oh, cool.
It's like,
Or is it just gonna be like a dude in sunglasses with powers?
well, as long as you get to punch a boulder. Yes, we got Resident Evil jokes here, folks.
Boulder punching asshole. That is an actual line from Resident Evil 8.
Had to least save one. Yeah, Iceman never told him that the final boss of the. Oh yeah, Prisoner says he never told him, as in me, the final boss for one of the stories in Burst Renewal. Had to save at least that for a surprise. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
can't spoil things.
You know, I try not to spoil things for folks, but
I will spoil them if they agree to it. Otherwise, I'll keep my mouth shut.
yes. No, I personally don't mind when being spoiled on anything because sometimes it's like, yeah, you know what, you need to be, you'll be wise to prepare for this. Oh, really?
Yeah, usually the only advice I'll give are like quality of life things. So if you do it this way, it'll be a lot easier on you.
Yes, letting me know that, you know what, make sure go full Paragon to save Rex. Well, turns out you could go full Renegade to be Rex. It's like, talk to him like a Krogan, he'll respect you more. And you know you want Rex's respect.
I want Rex's respect, but I also don't want to talk to people rudely. The only people that actually believe me in my quest to save the galaxy.
So, in that case, why are you always a dick to Odina?
He's a dick, and he has no intentions of helping me.
Well, neither does the Citadel Council.
They do in the third game to a degree.
Because it says, had no clue about the armor in the first game being that important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you find, yeah, that's where it says that's where a little bit of my playthrough of Mass Effect 1 at the end of 2024 is a bit wonky because I saved the armor for last but didn't do all the
Funny.
side quests first, so I end up missing out on some things that would have carried over or couldn't turn in certain things. But saving her for last was worth it. Like,
That's very funny.
she goes delirious, she goes insane, and then her reaction, like, I've been studying the Prothean all my life, and then suddenly all the answers were just dropped into your lap. It's not fair.
You want a good laugh at my expense, Fizzer? I did not discover the power wheel till the end of Mass Effect 2 and was getting my ass kicked because I hadn't understood what that was.
Mass Effect on like the original PC versions, they had like the hotbar to. Yeah, Frizzer's response was oof.
Mm. Since then, I'm quite an advocate for its usage.
Yes,
To the point that I basically don't carry any guns.
yes. He goes the full MacGyver route. No
I
guns.
like I like having the weight being as minimum as possible. So I carry like one assault rifle, and my powers recharge in about 1 to 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting when I do the biotic run of Mass Effect 1. No, I've done it before.
You
Of the
can do a Sentinel run.
360 versions. Like, because there's one version, like Engineer and Adept, that gives you access to all the powers without any mix over.
Sentinel's a pretty good blend. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, but I want to get like all the achievements.
Yeah, but the Sentinel's pretty good.
Yes, but that would mean like I don't know. But there is the one thing because I did discover this. Like if you are a straight up engineer,
Mm.
oh, you could totally screw with the guess because you have like the hacking powers on top of everything else. So if you're running around with Tally on one of the missions where the guests are, oh the guest has oh you can end up stalling the guest. Like those big tanks, you can get out of the Mako and just hack the big armatures and just
Oh, that's fun.
it's like
Never thought of that.
like see. Also, I will as a defender of the Mako, I did come across one clip where I managed to get the Mako to jump over the wall on the Liara's planet. Like, with like
You're clipping.
that first guest compound.
Mm.
I'm clipping.
Yeah, you clipped over the wall on the Earth's planet.
Oh no,
In a
no, it
clip.
didn't clip. It was literally boosting up over it. It's like
Yes, I
as the Mako, nothing can stop it.
I don't know something that can stop it. My patience.
Look, just because you couldn't nudge it up a hill.
I find it to be a very aggravating way to get around a game.
That would be the hammerhead.
Hammerhead is so much easier to maneuver. And it actually has weapons. And its shields recharge, whereas the Mako's recharge after about 6 days.
Fizzer, have a good night. Thank you for the raid, sir. Have a great day
Fun.
tomorrow. Sleep well, as Iceman would say.
Yes. Sleep well. Have all the fun. Figured I'd just let you use the ladder.
Yeah. So it's the only way I'm going to reach up.
further.
All right, 3. You're also heading off. Thank you for hanging out as well. Yeah. Yeah, my sprays, even with the extenders, do not have the power to fully clean.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting what I can from down here. We're actually almost done phase 1. So we'll get another achievement.
And we're halfway there.
Yep. No, we're almost done here. And then the achievement will happen.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's I understand what you. Like we got a cult of dinosaurs here, or lizard people.
No, that was Doctor Who as well.
But the what the Slayer, not the Slayer. What the hell do they call them? Centaurans were the potato people.
Correct. I don't remember what they were called. They just went underground and discovered the hibernating dinosaurs.
Yep. One ended up living in Victorian London with
Yes, that's true.
a Centauran sidekick, Butler.
Yeah. That was full nonsense.
I fully feel that should have been gotten its own spin-off.
I feel like they were trying to gauge people's interest in
Yeah, because they lost like the Sarah Jane Adventures when, which was a fun spin-off when the actress who played Sarah J. Smith died.
it. Yes, that was unfortunate.
That was a great little like way to introduce kids into Doctor Who too. Trying to get over there. Let that at that one. Oh wow! There was up here. This. Boy, they went all out with the angles in here. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna get the angles here.
Yeah,
You're
it's
gonna.
not a great one for that.
It's a.
Keep stuff bouncing around. What are you trying to show me?
They're trying to show you everything. And these damn dragon heads.
Yeah, they're their own form of fun.
Excuse me. All right, where are you saying this thing needs to be clean, game?
Telling me this thing in front of me needs to be cleaned, but I don't can see anything. Oops.
Oh yes. What do you mean I can jump on the damn chandelier? Oh shit.
I did. It can be done. I know it to be true.
Oh, through it.
We gotta go on the ledges.
All right, that's done. Oh.
Get.
Okay, it's this one.
Aye.
You
Did I
rated
help?
it. You rated up there.
Hmm, it works. Not bad, man. Don't think I'm actually on anything at the moment.
Nope, you're not.
Bad man.
Oh. Alcove ceiling, alcove singing bowl, alcove wall.
Oh, behind you. There we go. Down you go. And you should get an achievement for getting to the bottom.
Deep lore. What the hell is it doing down here?
What's even better is what's on this pedestal here.
Is that a tablet?
Mm-hmm. Funny. It's a phone.
That's my
My
old
old
phone.
phone, all right. I
Mm.
recognize that distinct lack of features anywhere.
No, no. And on that note,
And there'll be a lot of time traveling stuff in this next part.
so the actual plot starts to factor in.
Yes, the aliens have time traveled back to this to help us or get our help or something to that effect.
Then we gotta clean the stairs. Yeah, okay, so the stairs need to be cleaned.
Yeah.
Of course. But
Mm.
we'll save that.
There, I cleaned some of them.
To
Another day.
bounce back to the home base. Like for the proper, proper signs off and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
After I already closed the game.
oh, a 22 of 40 achievement, so halfway there.
54% of the way there, yes. Oh, more than that. Probably like 56.
Yeah, so somewhere along the lines.
Oh, Dead by Daylight. Stop giving me ads for that.
Did they add more things?
For what?
Oh, they did add more pictures and stuff to the bulletin board.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, pictures of the cats.
And I think there's more stories
Yeah,
too.
and other stories and stuff. Yeah, I see 'em.
I think it's with clean.
Tiny.
There's some useless photos.
Yes, I said photos of the cats. Alrighty, but yes, another fun night. A power washer. Oh, 8 things on my wish list are on sale. Let's see what things there. They're saying. Let's see. The back room's code red. I forget exactly why that caught my attention. Glover. Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. I think that was an RPG. Metal Slug Attack Reload, Sonic and Shadow Generation. Hollow Justice. All right, some stuff I'll wait on to see. Ninja Turtles: Wrath of the Mutants actually dropped down to a fair price. I grabbed that this week. The Tony Hawk games are on sale too.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I already have the first two. 3 and 4 is sort of. I had 3 when I was a kid.
My younger
And the
brother,
music.
had he had one of the Tony Hawk games on the PlayStation, so it should be
Mm.
in my collection. Unless he traded it in years back, I'm not sure. I know there were some games of his that I have. It's like, yeah, this was not mine, but it's mine now.
I found a Dave Mirra game at a retro video game store the other day.
Oh, I also forgot
Yeah,
to.
that's cool.
Also, I threw the screenshots into the Discord a few days ago, but the finished the second run of Voyager Across the Unknown off stream.
Oh, wow.
Right, got most of
That's
the
fast.
characters because I wasn't focusing on it for like streaming purposes, and so I was like, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
But in the screenshot section, if you go back, it would have been the 8th, so this would have been like 4 days ago. I threw in the screenshots like, okay, what will be the endings for all the characters if they survived, made it back to Earth? So, uh, Harry Kim, the ensign
It's
no
timing.
more, lies. Maverick Maid Master Tom Paris, he never reached Warp 10 or turned into a salamander again. If you those remember that episode. Neelix, because the game breaks from canon because there's no mission to leave Neelix with his people, like in the show. So he never gets Tuvok to dance. But Neelix becomes a well-renowned chef. Yes, because you can keep her alive. He makes it to
For what
Earth.
reason?
Well, because in the context of the game, you can actually lose the ability of the Doctor's hollowing meter. Actually, lose access to it. So you need a medic. And guess your medic options are either Tom Paris, the Vidian if you happen to recruit her, or Kess. Otherwise, you're kind of boned.
So Tom Paris or the Kess then, or the Vidian. I
Yeah.
see no reason to have Kess do it.
Oh, yeah. But Kess as a telepath, Ocampa.
She's busy in prison.
Oh, isn't that the actor one? The actress is from Smallville. Oh,
Well, her too.
and the dude from that '70s show.
Yep, him too.
Well, it's like there you go, folks. Actors and stuff from the '90s. They're either in prison or dead. As morbid as
It's
that
hard to
sounds, it's like. But that Kess managed to get Kess to Earth. She ends up dying like a couple years later because of the accomplished short lifespan. But but at least okay. If you go with the premise of the show, you could actually get that premise there. Then you have like all these secondary characters that pick up along the way. The Kazon. Uh, you can keep 2 Bolano Torreses. It's actually possible that it seems like regardless you're going to end up with 2 Balanas, either one fully Klingon, and one half Klingon, half human, or the other one being fully human. So the game kind of like works around that. And you can get the Vidian that was in the episode that the Doctor fell in love with. With if you remember the base idea of that, I don't remember. Seska, you can bring back on board, which I wanted to do in the initial streamed playthrough, but
Yeah, the more see of your playthroughs, the more I feel like I need to rewatch the show because half of these, like, 1 or 2 episode characters, I can't remember.
Yeah, the Borg One,
Yep.
which is involves an entire thing involving Nebula, Doctor's hollow emitter, and Seven's nanoprobes, creating a 29th century Borg.
Oh, here's a query for you.
Yep,
I can't remember the character's name. Brad Dourif played him. He was like a Bajoran with murderous tendencies.
what was
Not
his name?
Bajoran.
Red
What's what? Shit. What was it that Counselor Troy's species was?
Betazoid.
Betazoid. Yes, he was a Betazoid with murderous tendencies, and he and Tuvok had like a
Mind meld.
mind meld
Yep.
that like made Tuvok all nutsy.
Yeah, he appeared in 3 episodes of Voyager. The episodes Meld, and then he
Only
was
3 episodes.
and then the Basics Part 1 and Part 2.
I think he
Uh,
dies defending the ship at one.
yeah, because he gets he was slowly being rehabilitated,
Yeah, it
and
was sad.
he has to
Sad to
go
watch
back
though.
and he has to go back into his psychotic tendencies to save the ship. So Scooter is not represented in the game.
Suitor, yes. Oh, that's too bad. He was a good character.
Each ep is Gilmore. Again, the dude from the Counterpoint, got him, and he like, boy, the game actually gives like options here. It's like, well, wait a second. If the show Voyager, managed bring all these unique characters on board and flesh things out, and you could have had like an interesting show, like unique unique aliens on board instead of just focusing on the same 7 people, which actually end up being focused on the same 4 people for like particularly seasons 5, 6, and 7. Came to literally the Janeway 7 and Doctor show.
Yeah, pretty much.
And,
Although at least we all like the Doctor.
yeah,
You
he
ever seen
certainly.
that video of him wearing a Doctor Who tee, or that picture of him with the Doctor Who T-shirt that says "The Doctor will see you now"? It's like, yeah, nice.
He gets it. Like when you have a character called the Doctor, like who's the Doctor? I'm the Doctor. No, you're not. I'm the Doctor. What are your medical
Yeah,
credentials?
that was fun.
But like, so there are 3 characters at least related to achievements. I have not been able to figure out how to recruit. One's the Romulan, one is the Herodian,
That would
and
be funny.
yeah, and then there's third one. I forget what it is. But the but you but the since it has multiple endings, you can have an ending where you can have Janeway, the future Janeway, ends up living out her days on a farm in Indiana, being visited by the younger Janeway.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's a
A little indulgent.
yeah, certainly. So, but there's enough like content there where it's like, okay, you can certainly have things play out way differently. Show Janeway never leaves the ship. So it's like they make sure Chakotay has shit to do. It's like Chakotay basically is important, good to have on every away mission because he counts
I
as
feel
a
like they knew we were gonna try and kill Janeway.
Yep. They also knew that like, oh, you was like, oh, they're gonna try and kill Harry or Andy. Like, oh yes.
Yeah.
Like, how can you get rid of Neelix? Well, there are certainly a number of ways to do so.
Mm.
Like there are a number of places where like, oh yeah, you can intentionally like say goodbye to characters. It's like, yep, nope, you're not gonna make it.
Well, Ethan Phillips did a good job with him.
Yeah. Hey, credit to the actor for making the most out of shit material.
Mm-hmm. You made the characters more sympathetic than it ever could / should have been.
I'm not sure about sympathetic, but tolerable. Like when, because they intentionally wrote him the character to be like a breakout character. Oh yes, Jada was the breakout character. Quark was the breakout character. So when those were happy accidents, he intentionally set out to do something. Backfire. Boy, did.
Well, you know, his whole family died. Found a new family.
Yeah, but then in Star Trek Online, you get to revisit and see the aftermath of how Janeway pissed off the entire Delta Quadrant.
That is funny.
And
Perhaps
realize,
the game will visit one day.
Neelix has been acting as an unofficial Federation ambassador the entire time, and then realize, oh, and people are even more mad.
He does have a grating personality.
Oh, well, I always will point to the one episode was like where he loses his lungs to the Vidians. Like Chakotay tells him, "Do not wander off. Stay with the group." Well, I'm an expert scavenger. Yes, I was. It's like,
he was not a good listener.
nope. Like there was a reason why Chakotay like hid like his alcohol in 709's cargo bay. This was before they randomly paired them two up as a couple.
Well,
Like,
somebody has to fuck on the show at some point, I guess.
oh, Balana and Tom did.
That started ages ago. The new fucking.
Yeah, if the show was going on for like another several years, no. Otherwise, eh.
Romances are hit or miss on any show, really.
Indeed. Anyway, like extended conversations, folks. Extended conversation. Iceman, as always, appreciate you being a part of the shenanigans.
As always, thanks for having me.
Yep.
Sleep well and have a great night.
You too, and we'll do the customary Wednesday night raid. See what Cecilia Littlewing is up to over on Zone Channel. It looks like an episode of G.I. Joe, I think. It's hard to tell. Nope, it's something older. Oh, He-Man. We'll head over that way. Thank you very much, folks. Again, hope you have a great rest of your night. Tomorrow night, House of the Dead. Our agenda: Friday, Senra Kagura. Saturday, Barbie. Yes, we are that type of channel. See you next time, folks. Good night.